Pathology, and you are listening to the FANTASM Podcast.
FANTASM.
What the fuck is up? And welcome to the FANTASM Podcast. I'm Corey Gorefiend. With me, Dr. Vincent West.
Greetings and salutations.
And what a jam-packed episode we have today. We've got Matti Way from Pathology on the show. Also for your Abominable Putridity fans. Just awesome fucking time.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, it's awesome. And what movie do we got?
Oh, well, as it just threw up on the screen, slasher. This is Blood Rage.
Looks like you're gonna get a chance to meet the rest of the family. My psychotic brother just escaped.
Hot bread, everybody.
Here's to the new family. I think I got you.
Hey, who's that good-looking chick there?
I don't know. Got to have friends here. This place is slow death.
Oh, we'll find something for you to do. Looks like you two have had quite a party.
Here I am.
I think that you should go home too, because there's a bad person out here tonight.
Okay.
So go home and don't let anybody in.
Okay.
Hi.
My God.
God, that's horrible. How did they show that on TV?
Get out of here, creep. Beat it.
I want you to make love to me.
I'm Todd.
Tilly's brother?
You're so nice. I've never kissed a girl before.
You really ought to try it sometime. I gotta go. Bye.
Did you kiss him or what? No way. And he had this really weird look on his face.
Oh, how creepy.
You haven't seen my darker side yet, have you?
Turkey. I'm really sorry to disturb you, but Operator, I'm begging you. This is a real emergency. Hello? Is anybody there? Who is it? There's somebody after me and he's chasing me and he's trying to hurt me.
You're gonna hurt my kittens.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna make everything all right.
Louis Glasser, Marvin Sofer, Julie Gordon, Marianne Cantor. Special effects by Ed French. Blood Rage.
And
An 80s gem.
it's from 1987, which of course it was shot in 83, but it didn't come out until 87.
This is arguably one of the best movies, privately, not on the podcast you and I have ever watched.
Is that Ron Howard's brother right there?
No.
It looks like him, doesn't it?
No.
He's younger and rattier.
He looks way raunchier than that. He's like a troll kind
Yeah,
of.
he is a troll.
I mean, I love
That
him.
guy looks like the jock troll version.
Yeah, kind of.
Movie is honestly, this movie is the epitome of Florida death metal, because this is in
and
Jacksonville.
there's Ted Raimi.
Yep. Yeah, this is in Jacksonville, Florida, where this was actually shot. And we got Ted Raimi as the condom salesman, which is a great way to start off any horror movie, is Ted Raimi cameo. And, of course, this wasn't a cameo for him. This was just an actual nice little role here, I
Yeah,
think.
he's somebody that I think would be a lot of fun to have on here if we could ever do it.
I agree.
I would actually rather have Ted than Sam, honestly.
Me too.
And Robert Tappert. But anyway, that's never going to happen. But still, I can dream.
And of
I
course,
can dream again.
In this film, they're at a drive-in theater.
Used to do this all the time. We'd go to a drive-in as a kid. Some of the movies I saw at the drive-in as a kid. Several of the Bond films. Fucking Halloween. Fucking the first Friday the 13th. The second Friday the 13th. I'm trying to think. The first Star Wars movie.
Of course.
Did I say Superman?
Nope.
Yeah, Chris Reed's the first Superman. So going to the drive-in for me was always cool. And there's the thing that you'd have to hang that from your window so you could hear it.
Right.
Because people could smoke and fuck and eat and get loaded or whatever you wanted to do.
Which now you can, if you have drive-ins, which I highly suggest you check out, you can just channel into the radio station, and that's how you get the audio for the,
on the AM,
films.
yeah. Or maybe it's digital now, I don't know.
Which is pretty cool. Of course, you'll see soon, she's fucking...
Hoagly.
Blech. But Louise Lazar in the film, she was in Frankenhooker, which is pretty cool. She's in a bunch of shit. Requiem for a Dream and Bananas. If you've seen any of that shit, she's Maddie in the film. She'll be here shortly. Not before the nice little twin murder happens, which is awesome. This movie does not disappoint. It definitely lives up to its title of Blood Rage or Slasher, or what's the other one that it's called?
I don't know.
Murder in Nightmare at Shadow Woods, which of course is the name of the apartments in the film, or Shadow Woods Apartments. Which
this is a bold statement, but I think this might be the best release Arrow's done.
It's pretty awesome. We're watching the 3-disc.
And it has nothing to do, it's just the fact that they put this out. This movie's amazing. And yeah, what we're watching is the home video version. There's some grain to it, kids. But let me tell you something. You're never going to get a better copy of this.
It's the 3-disc special edition, which is out of print. But if you go on to diabolicdvd.com, they are still selling some of the first pressings. They still have some left. It's only one per person that you can purchase on there.
Yeah, so you can't eBay it.
So bring a friend if you want to get want a copy of this. If you're like me or the doctor, we have ones where we don't want to open one, and then we'll buy one to watch it for you guys. So, if you want this version with the 3 discs, I highly recommend it.
Now, let me ask you something, because the 2-disc version comes out Tuesday. What is the significance of that 3rd disc? Do you have that? Can we figure that out? Do you want me to grab that? Do you want to look at the box, or do you want me to?
There's the limited edition contents, and of course already here there's some sick axe stabbings. I mean, what a way to start the film off. Oh man, nice face gash.
It's beautiful.
I mean, that's really, really brutal. The 3-disc director-approved limited edition contents include, there's 3 versions of the film, which maybe there's only 2 versions on the other one. They might have taken off one of the versions. I'm not sure. Let me see what the 2-disc version includes. I can pull it up here. I'm going to try Amazon for you guys. Of course, it pulls up this goddamn board game thing called Blood Rage, which is not what I'm looking for. 2-disc special edition. Let's see what this comes with. And it comes out on the 24th of January, so this will already be up by the time you listen to this, I'm sure. Let's see, this one comes with the 2K restoration of the home video version, so it has the home video version with the slasher title screen, which is what we are watching. It's got the high definition, standard definition DVD presentations, and let's see. Yeah, they don't have the other 2 versions of the film on it. So They actually have a featurette, and this is on this one, of course, too, is they have a Return to Shadow Woods featurette, and it shows you the locations of this film in Jacksonville, which is pretty amazing. So that's something we'll be watching, maybe on here. So guys, I would highly recommend, while they're still available somewhere, I would get the 3-disc, because the 2-disc only has the version we're watching on it, and that's it. They don't have the other 2 versions of the film. All it has is the home video version that we're watching. There's no composite version, and there's no recut version on those discs. It's just this version we're watching. So you're missing out on 2 other prints of this film. I mean, unless you just don't care, you just want to kind of watch this version, that's fine. But if you're a perfectionist and a collector like we are, then I would highly recommend getting the 3-disc limited version first, and then maybe buying the other one just to watch, I guess. But if you're like me, I want to see all 3 versions of this baby. I don't know which one we watched the first time. I feel like we watched the Nightmare in Shadow Woods one, I thought.
Did we?
I think we might have watched the recut, because I don't remember seeing that slasher thing before.
With the guy in the face?
No, the title screen where it said slasher.
Yeah, this is what we watched.
Okay. But I would love to watch the other 2.
Would you rather watch the other one? We can.
No. This one is definitely the one I want to watch. But also considering that this is the one that's going to be on the 2-disc, so a lot of the listeners might miss out on the other 2 versions. So I guess this is the one we should.
This was the limited feature.
This is not the limited feature. The other 2 are.
Oh,
those are.
This
not
is the
on.
standard.
Yeah, this one will be.
Well, this is what we need to have then, because
Yeah,
people
that's
aren't
what
going
I'm
to probably
saying.
be able to get that.
That's what I'm saying. It's good we're watching. We're watching the home video version. This will be on the 2-disc special edition. So if you guys missed out on the first pressings and don't have the limited 3-disc, then we're watching the version you guys will see on the 2-disc if you're fans. So, of course, this famously takes place around Thanksgiving. It's not a Thanksgiving horror movie, but it is around the time of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it doesn't
it was,
feel like a Thanksgiving horror movie.
It was kind of marketed with the that's not cranberry sauce thing, but that's just the kind of the line that stuck out and made this movie a cult horror film. Was that line is so just cheesy, but in the scene it happens, it fits, and it's amazing. This movie just plays so perfectly from what I remember. Never watched it loaded before, but I'm doing that now. It's going to be a fun time.
This movie is just, to me, if you're a fan of gore,
or just the slasher genre.
Let's just say for a second, okay, you listen to this podcast and you're not a fan of death metal, and that's fine. We welcome all people of either genre. But if you're just a fan of horror movies, this is one you got to buy. It's just, I tell you, there's nobody that I've showed this to that was like, that was horrible.
And I thank the doctor again and again. This is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I'd say I can't go top 20, which is saying a lot.
It's great, man.
It's up there.
It's a solid movie.
And this is called slasher. This is honestly.
Look at our hard nips.
Oh yeah, you gotta have hard nips. I don't know if it's Dr. Skinworthy yet.
No, probably not.
It's Dr. Mustache down there.
But I mean, do you know what I mean?
Mr.
It's like,
Skinless, sorry.
I just think that this movie should get more love because it's crazy.
It's really crazy. But
the kills in it.
The gore effects are underlooked. I mean, this was shot in '83. It didn't come out till
There's
87.
more gore. There is more gore in this film than the last. Hell, most of any of your popular slashers, even the Michael Myers stuff, as much as I love it, there's way more gore in this. Although I want to say something real quick because I watched this last night. I don't know why I watched it. It was on TV when I got home and I watched it. Halloween, the one with Paul Rudd.
5? Is it 5?
It's 6.
It's 6.
That is a good fucking movie.
That is really good.
That's a good fucking movie.
Is Daniel Harris in that one?
No,
they
wrote her out of it. They kill her in
That's
it.
the curse of Michael Myers.
It is. That's
One
what
with Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one.
That's
It's
a
the
weird
last
one.
one with Donald Pleasance before he died.
That's a weird one, yeah.
It is a fucking bloodbath.
It
There
is
is
really
some
good, but it's weird.
awesome
We should do
kills
that.
in
We
that.
should do that one.
It's a good one.
Um,
I have both versions. I have the theatrical and that
the
producer's
only
cut.
Halloween we've done is Halloween 3. Shout out to Sean Clark for doing that once again. That was really fun.
We never did do the first Halloween, did we?
That was honestly a fun
Did
edit.
we do the first Halloween?
No, we only did 3. It's the only one we did.
You don't touch that's a.
I don't even think we can properly do 1. That's like a...
Oh, I
I
think
don't
we can
know.
do part 1.
I don't know.
Oh, we can.
That's just one I don't really want to touch. I don't know.
No, we
It's the
should,
same thing with,
man. I
like,
have the fucking TV version. We should
same
totally do that.
TV version we can do. That's something that would be fun. I don't know. I'm not discrediting it. So I mean, we're a FANTASM Podcast. I'm just saying that's kind of one
I don't want to
wanna
tie it
touch.
with a guest. I just wanted to do it.
Same thing with like Phantasm. Maybe Phantasm Remastered now, but I don't know. It's just something I don't want to. That's like one that would be in the vault up here. I don't know.
I know what you mean.
If we get Froggy, we'll do it one day anyway. But there's so much shit we can get to before that. We have to touch the first Halloween. That might be something, if we did that, it would have to be really special. Just time, you know what I mean? To pull that one out. To get just Halloween. It
I
would
don't
have
know,
to
man.
be
I
a
don't
really
have a problem doing it. We do the TV version.
Or a good occasion to do that on. Because, like, I never wanted to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but when we did it for Brett, it just fit.
That's what I'm saying. I think sometimes you just have to kind of figure out what it's for.
That's what I'm saying. I never...
Just like this one. This worked out great. You just got this in the mail, and Matti Way was an amazing interview, and one of the best interview, as far as I'm concerned, we've done. It was just, it was just good. I don't know. Everything just flowed.
And hopefully,
perfectly,
Maddie,
felt
if
good.
you've never seen this and you're a big horror guy, if you've never seen Blood Rage, hopefully you appreciate this pick. I really love this film and really love Pathology. I think these go hand in hand almost in a weird way. So, I don't know. This film is just great, and this looks really good. For those of you that are waiting on the 2-disc special edition, not the limited, of this from Arrow, then you're in for a real surprise. If you're just waiting to watch this film, it's awesome. So, yeah, right now it's all the Thanksgiving stuff. The doctor's looking at all the Thanksgiving
There's a ghost
food.
in the room.
Yeah.
There's another ghost in the room.
I don't think that's a ghost. Sounds like
It's Casper.
Sounds like a little motorcycle.
There's somebody with a motorcycle in here, but anyway. But yeah, this movie, I don't know a lot about it. I know I'm a fan of it, and I know I used to rent it as a kid. And when I would rent it, it was called Slasher, and the artwork was like that. That's what the Slasher artwork looked like. It wasn't what you have there on the front.
I always thought that the mom with like the boobs hanging out was kind of weird. I never really got that. She's just kind of like, I'm an ugly troll, but my boobies are hanging out in case you thought otherwise.
But I'll tell you, the funny thing about this film is, you would think something like this that you've never seen, that's almost borderline. It's definitely a B film.
Oh yeah, it's
But what's great about it is it actually flows pretty damn well.
and it starts out as like they're at like a drive-in, and this is like a drive-in movie type film, and it's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm actually going to read this forward here on the booklet from the 3-disc, which I don't know if this is included in the other one. The 2-disc coming out.
Probably not. I would assume it's probably bare bones.
Let's see. And Ed French did the special effects from this,
The guy's a fucking genius.
which did Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which was crazy. The soundtrack is amazing. That's the only thing that I wish they had on this, was the soundtrack. I'm gonna just read this whole thing because it seems pretty cool. It says, "Thanks be to Blood Rage," by Joseph Ziemba, and this is the nice booklet that comes with the 3-disc. Not sure if it comes with the 2-disc or not. It says, Thanksgiving isn't the most exciting holiday. It's all mashed potatoes, football, and desperate conversations between relatives. You usually only see each other once a year. I'll talk to my uncle about traffic on... Okay, I'm not going to read all that. Thanks to Blood Rage, the one and almost only 1980s Thanksgiving slasher. Thanksgiving Day activities are now a bazillion times more fun. So before you take an electric carving knife to your ears because your sister's boyfriend won't shut up about how he's vegan straight edge and can't eat anything on the table, gather the family together, take their hands, and guide them on a journey to Shadow Woods. So already I'm behind this. Is pretty awesome. Terry and Todd are twin brothers with awesome names. Their mom, holy shit, it's Louise Lazar, a.k.a. Mary Hartman, has a voice that suggests a licking of ashtrays for breakfast. Mom and her weasel boyfriend have a steamy interlude at the drive-in, while Terry and Todd watch. The brothers leave the comforts of their station wagon. Terry has plans, which include murdering a couple with an axe and blaming it on Todd by wiping blood on his face. When a slasher features either, number 1, children killing people, or 2, children getting killed, I'm on board. Soon enough, it's 10 years later. Terry is 18 and battles a receding hairline. He lives with Mom in a tacky condo, which is part of a 10-acre community called Shadow Woods, and is seen straight out of Doris Wishman's Keyholes Are for Peeping, or informed by an inexplicable combination of narration and mismatched dubbing that Todd is in a mental institution. During Thanksgiving dinner, Mom receives a phone call from Todd's doctor. Todd has escaped. No one can find him. So, yeah. It goes on and on, but, what's that one?
I'm checking out this.
There's a lot of nice artwork here after all this, after this nice forward. And, says the original stereo soundtrack was transferred from the 35mm optical negative using a Magnatech dubber. The soundtrack was conformed by Mark Morris. Well, thanks to you.
God, that's fucking awesome.
Our presentation of the theatrical cut, entitled Nightmare at Shadow Woods, is comprised of newly restored Blood Rage footage combined with footage transferred from the best available 35mm print element. Because of the significant variations in quality between the two elements used, the differences remain noticeable. The audio for this presentation was transferred from the print. This version was produced by Mark Morris. And of course, this is a 2K resolution from the 35mm camera negative. And, yeah, this one mentions a lot of other stuff. We didn't do this on the last episode, I'm sorry, but they actually, this booklet actually reminded me of it. We'll look up some movies that came out in 1987. Of course, there's a scene right here. This is the first kill since he got out of the mental institution that Todd's going to do here.
Is this a machete kill?
This is the kill through the hand, if I'm not mistaken. Spoiler alert, guys. This scene actually, when the doctor first showed me this, I was like, damn, this movie fucking rules. And this is, try and get he's got the old beer here. I forget what the beer is called, but yeah, it's a machete. It's 20 minutes in, and look at this fucking kill. Smacks the hand off. God damn, this is perfect. Old style beer, that's what it is. It's like, oh man.
God, that's awesome.
Look at the spurting, and the hand is still wiggling. Beautiful effects. I mean, oh man.
Do you remember hers?
No.
Let me just tell you guys something right now. Literally, the scene we're at right now. Could you give me a time marker?
We're at 21 minutes, 20 seconds for you guys following along.
This bitch gets ripped in half. You don't remember?
You chopped it out.
She literally gets ripped in fucking
You gotta
half.
say it right. She gets chopped it out.
I can't do that anymore because of their new record. What you told me, even though I haven't heard it. But
Well,
So I surprised you watching the unboxing of that?
That wasn't surprising.
I was just like, because I haven't unboxed mine, I was looking at, what's funny is it's the exact same way that mine came.
Okay, so wait, so Todd is Terry and Terry's Todd because they lied.
Correct.
Because Todd lied. He's
right.
Really Todd, and Terry is,
Todd.
so traumatized by the whole thing that Terry is.
But in reality, it's technically Terry Todd. Or Todd Terry.
And Tony Todd is really is Todd.
Well, I meant
Todd
the
Tony.
actor was playing both characters, what I meant.
He's Todd Tony. This is my favorite scene in the whole movie, is this, where the guy comes out for a midnight toke, and
a machete choke.
You got Todd here, who he thinks is Terry. I mean, he doesn't look anything like a stoner, but I mean, it doesn't matter, he's about to turn into a fucking mush. But I love Mark Soper's character. Their characters, he plays them both really well. Especially Todd, it's amazing. He's just so nonchalant about the murders. And, I mean, he's just... Really
That's another thing,
like
just to tell you guys if you've never seen this. This movie does not waste any time.
No. Oh, beautiful.
And the gore is there.
Got
It's
the nice
not.
stomach
It's
kill.
not butchered like Friday the 13th Part 7.
No, but there is a lot of butchering, but it's all seen perfectly. Yeah, the blood's still, like the muck is still coming off the top of the blade.
And he's smoking a J.
Yeah, he just took his joint and he's like walking around puffing it. If that's not Jacksonville, Florida, I don't know what is. This is amazing. Love that shit. This is the cranberry sauce part, this right here. Or is that later when he's... It's on this bridge that she's on, which reminds me of fucking nature walks I used to do as a Boy Scout.
I hated fucking Boy Scouts.
It was like, it's not cranberry sauce. So, alright, we'll do the,
God, what a hog.
This fucking Mary Hartman's over here fucking stuffing her fucking cleavage here. She's got her fucking legs spread open like she's shoving food in there too.
It's weird.
She's eating all the
Let's
leftovers.
wait for something to be like a Cronenberg.
She's like, I'm
film.
depressed because my son's out and so are my boobs. But we'll look up...
Terry or whatever. Yeah, there
Todd,
he is.
yeah.
Well, he's about to run into her here.
I think he's Terry.
I'm not
the
really
same
sure
one.
how he does this because I don't
That
remember.
Lost After Dark stole that right there. Which apparently is a turd. I've never seen it.
It is a turd.
They stole
We're not
that
even
shot.
we're not going to give any kind of endorsement to that at all.
That shot was 24 minutes. I'd say 30 seconds. I totally stole that. Oh wow. Now we'll go into this first. Normally we don't do straight up horror movies for this. We've been doing a new segment in case you guys are just now coming on the podcast and enjoying it. 1987. What a year! Oh my God. We'll stick to the gore first. That's fucking nasty. And there's the twitching bottom half, which is... Guys, if you decapitate a woman in an apartment complex, just know that the bottom half is still useful for a few minutes. But this movie was filmed in 83. It came out in 87, so we're gonna...
Let's do 83 and 87.
You want to do that?
No.
Okay.
I've got an idea. How about this? We'll make it interesting. We'll do...
Because 87 is awesome.
83 is
Let's
awesome.
go ahead and say that. But yeah, we'll do... Okay. We'll do 83.
I've got an idea. How about the movies from 83 and the music from 87?
We have to do some from 80. I mean, we'll just do the whole thing. Let's do it. Because 87's got some fucking...
You got 87.
bombshells, too.
You got 87 movies pulled up.
I got 83 movies pulled up now.
Okay. Well,
You pull up the music. You got the music stuff going. We do 83 music, which I know there's good ones in there. That's the first fucking Slayer record was 83. Alright, so we're going to do normal movies first, because you got to set the tone for what 83 was offering. So this is before Blood Rage came out in theaters. But it was when it was shot. And
Are we starting with the music or the
movies?
Okay.
We're
doing 83, correct?
83.
Okay, I've got it ready to go.
And the doctor's going to pair them up like fine wines first. We'll do some of the movies here. For 1983, we have Return of the Jedi, which is my favorite. Scarface. We got Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies. We got Risky Business and Tom Cruise. Love that fucking movie. Another Christmas film, A Christmas Story. If you guys love that movie, whatever. You got Superman 3. Flashdance, The Twilight Zone, the movie. You got Jaws 3. You got National Lampoon's Vacation. You got Never Say Never Again for you James Bond fans. Also, Octopussy came out in 83. You got Porky's 2. And if you like Charles Bronson, you got 10 to Midnight. Strange Brew. And then we'll move on to horror movies. Horror movies are pretty fucking awesome in 83 also. You got Christine. If you want to... We'll see. I just got off the fucking page here. You got Sleepaway Camp. Came out in 83. Well, that wasn't a horror movie. I didn't know I missed that. Blue Thunder came out in 83. What else is there?
God almighty.
Jaws 3 came out in 83. Cujo, Videodrome, The Dead Zone, Psycho 2. I know there's some more here too. Hang on.
Psycho 2 is a great film.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. Of course, we did Psycho 3 for our Mother's Day episode. If you want to go back and check that one out. The Deadly Spawn, which is one of the best little cult movies that we. The Keep.
The Keep is one of my favorite films, and it does not exist on Blu-ray or DVD.
Microwave Massacre.
Did you hear me?
Yep, which is a turd. Curtains, which we have done on this show, and we've tried and we scrapped.
Corey will be releasing that in a Lost Episodes.
Mausoleum,
narrated by Corey himself.
Scalps, which we will be doing on here. Extra, which is fucking retarded, but it's good. Frightmare, which had Jeffrey Combs, which cost $5 million for them to hire him to do narration.
Does Frightmare exist on Blu-ray?
It does.
It does?
It does. And it's not expensive. Here's one of my favorite films. This is another film the Doctor slung my way, which I love more than Blood Rage. Is Mortuary. Came out in 83. If you've never seen or heard about Mortuary, it's regarded as having one of the greatest horror movie trailers ever made. And the trailer has nothing to do with the movie, which is the most beautiful part about it. It's goddamn death metal. If you have the album Hacked Up for Barbecue by Mortician, listen to the song Eaten Alive by Maggots, that has the fucking trailer from Mortuary on it. So that's 1983.
Don't let me miss the kill with the babysitter
I won't. I'm watching it. Okay. The Being. You got.
Those are some good ones.
Yeah, 83 was really good. Amityville 3D.
Love it.
I mean, there's some like super B turds on here too, but Nightmares, Boogeyman 2. Like I said, Curtains we'll dig up. House of the Long Shadows, which is
love that movie.
The three fucking
I've got it.
The fucking Titans.
It came out on Blu-ray actually last year before last I bought it.
Something Wicked This Way Comes. You got a Blade in the Dark, which is a Lombardo Bava film for all you fans of Bava. The Hunger. And yeah, that's some of the notables from 83, and we'll now go to 83 for music from the Doctor.
All right, and I'm going to do these as I see fit. That I'm not listening.
Oh, you're going to rank them?
Yeah, I am.
That's a good one. All right.
I'm gonna. So here we go. Well, they're not really rank. I'm just giving you in the order that I think they should go in. But Forged in Fire by Anvil, Triumph of Death from Hellhammer. Let's see here. Diamond Head Cattenberry. Hellhammer Satanic Rites. Aldo Nova, Subject Aldo Nova. Love that fucking album. Thin Lizzy, Thunder and Lightning.
Awesome.
The Revolution by Night from Blue Oyster Cult. Crocus Headhunter. Rats EP. Motorhead Another Perfect Day. That would be higher, but I'm not crazy about that record. Alcatraz's No Parole for Rock and Roll, which featured Yngwie Malmsteen on guitar.
Awesome.
Saxon, Power and the Glory. Twisted Sister, You Can't Stop Rock and Roll. Black Sabbath, Born Again. Manowar, Into the Glory Rod. Merciful Fate, Melissa.
Oh, man.
Def Leppard, Pyromania. I know I may get some butt rock comments on that. I don't really care.
I love Pyromania. That's their best
Pantera,
record.
Metal Magic. Well, I'm not even close to being done. Queensryche, their 83 EP, which it has Queen of the Reich on there. It's goddamn amazing. And The Lady Wore Black. It's just necessity records. They're kids. If you're not into it, give it a chance. It's not gay. Raven, All for One. Armored Saints EP came out that year. And closing on the end of this because I'm only doing certain things. Michael Schenker Group, Built to Destroy, which is also a good one. Motley Crue, Shout the Devil, if you guys are fans of it. And now the last two, and these are my top two for that year. Both of these records changed my goddamn life. Number two, and there's a 2-in-1 on this. Everything else, just buy it or steal it because it's all good. But these two records changed my goddamn life. Quiet Rites, Metal Health.
Awesome.
And Dio's Holy Diver. Number one.
Doesn't get any better than that, folks.
Those two records, if you don't like those records, you should listen to both those records. That Quiet Riot record and that goddamn Dio record changed my life.
Come On, Feel the Noise, and the title track from the record is amazing for Metal Health. Bang Your Head, Metal Health. Is honestly a heavy metal anthem. You know, I don't think you can really consider yourself a metalhead.
Come On, Feel the Noise is a Slade cover, but that song changed my goddamn life.
It's great, though.
First time I kissed a girl was with that song playing.
But if you don't listen to Bang Your Head and don't actually bang your head when you hear that fucking riff come on, then
the shit's awesome.
Like, damn, it's fucking awesome.
And then Holy Diver, I'm not even. It's just.
Of course.
What was that movie with Jeff Combs? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Can I put it in my car?
Frightmare. And it is on Blu-ray. I've actually seen it at
it's an old name.
the used bookstore before. We'll move
Case
on.
had that?
They did. At one point in time, they had it. It was one of the days I had no money. Actually, no, it was a DVD. They didn't have the Blu-ray. Well, the DVD's hard to find, too.
This can't be it.
There's two of them. There's one that looks like shit. The other one, I can show you what it looks like.
Is that it?
No, that's not it. There's another one. The logo is just like red. Now we're going to shift over to 1987 when Blood Rage was actually put out in theaters, and we'll see what films came out that year.
I'll do the music.
I'm going to start with regular films so you can get an idea of how huge the year was for cinema, because I love doing that, and these are all films I love, of course. We'll start with the first one. This is one of my favorite films of all time. We have actually done an episode of this movie.
Holy.
Predator came out in 1987. We also have RoboCop, Full Metal Jacket, Lethal Weapon, Dirty Dancing, Fatal Attraction, Princess Bride, Batteries Not Included, which I loved as a kid. And of course, on the movie here, if you're following along, he found the. Of course, this is Terry and not Todd. He found the.
Have I missed the
Sharon Tate right here?
I hope I haven't missed that one part of this.
Not the Sharon Tate. It looks like the. Oh, it just chopped in it. Okay.
This is out of control.
So
the
you
stuff that I just
Can't
found.
Buy Me Love, Spaceballs, The Masters of the Universe movie came out.
Love that movie. Love Dolph Lundgren.
Born in East L.A., Police Academy 4, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Police Academy 4 rules, too.
Dragnet, which is the
Love
Van
that
Aykroyd,
movie.
Tom Hanks movie.
The movie's awesome.
The Brave Little Toaster, which I love. Revenge of the Nerds 2, Raising Arizona, and Overboard. And now, the horror movies of 87. You talk about essential horror. 1987 was a pretty goddamn big year for horror movies, so let's get right into this. This is all specifically horror now. Besides Blood Rage, which is our title of the evening, Evil Dead 2, Hellraiser, Prince of Darkness, which if you guys haven't checked that out, we'll definitely be doing that here soon, and it's goddamn awesome. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, The Lost Boys, Creepshow 2, which is another one we'll definitely be doing on here. Blood Diner, which is one I think the Doctor has that I would love to
do.
Bad Taste, which I don't know why that's not on Blu-ray yet. I do have the limited numbered DVD that came out. It's the Peter Jackson Alien film. It's very awesome and quirky and nasty. The Video Dead, which is one of Scream Factory's earlier releases they put out, paired up with TerrorVision, which are both turds, but I love them. Street Trash, Stage Fright,
Street Trash I have on Blu-ray.
It is good. That's Synapse, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
The Gate came out in 87, which will be on the Vestron, which will also be essential horror movie. You have to buy that. Jaws: The Revenge, Return to Horror High.
Jaws: The Revenge is a good movie.
It is. Creepazoids, Slumber Party Massacre 2, Slumber Marty Massacre.
Marty Farty's Massacre 2.
Enigma, which is a Fulci film. Cannibal Hookers. The Howling 3.
Howling 3 is a bad movie.
Yep. Rock and Roll Nightmare.
That's also a bad movie.
It's a turd. Dolls, which we've done on here. Dolls is an awesome movie. Here's a good one. And this one, I'm glad came out in 87. Because it's a weird way it's paired up with this film somehow. This one's from Matti Way. Opera came out in 1987. Which, of course, is Dario Argento. What else? I skipped over some on purpose. Necromantic. We got Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, which is horribly awesome. Like, it's so bad that it's fucking hilarious. House 2, The Second Story. The Stepfather. The Hidden.
The Hidden's a great movie.
It is. Near Dark.
Near Dark is a damn good movie.
And I saved the best for last. This one's for the Doctor. Monster Squad, 1987.
One of my favorite films.
And if any of you guys are interested, late March, if you're in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, or going, if you're pretty close or you just travel, the Horror Hound weekend, they will have a massive reunion of the Monster Squad. So if you're a fan like the Doctor is, I suggest you attend that because it'll be a very good time for you. Our boy Sean Clark will be out there for the Horror Hound weekend. So seems like a really awesome time. Check that out. There's a lot of really cool guests. We talked in the last episode a little bit about 31. There's a couple people I think from that film that are going to be there as well. So definitely check that out. It's hard to find the page and all the guests on the mobile browser. So if you go to Facebook, it's easier to pull up the guests for that. So I suggest going straight to the Horror Hound Weekend Facebook than the website. Or if you're on your laptop or your PC, whatever you got at home, then it'd probably be easier to pull up on there. So than a mobile device, because I myself, when I try to pull up the Horror Hound Weekend page, it just doesn't really work as well on mobile. So yeah, but there's a lot of really cool guests. So it looks like a lot of fun. Here we go. I pulled up one. Just give you some. If you're a John Waters fan, you can meet him there. There's just all kinds of weird ones here. I guess the guy that was in The Town That Dreaded Sundown is going to be
She's
there.
kind of gross, but I'd fuck her wearing that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite kill of this film, other than the chopped in half part, is right here.
And there's
right now. Are you ready?
There's Wolford Brimley, which is pretty awesome.
The best kill of this film.
Yeah, this is amazing. And she's in that outfit, too. And there's the dangling head. I would love that. That's just awesome. We're at 42 minutes and 23 seconds.
This film does not slow down. And it did it with a power cord.
Yeah.
Metal Records of 87?
Let's do the Metal Records of 87.
All right. And again, I'm just going to throw you guys some stuff. I'm not doing all these because I don't think all these are necessary, but I'm going to give you the ones that I think that are. Sabotage, Hall of the Mountain King, Sepultura, Schizophrenia.
Oh, man.
Death Angel, The Ultraviolence.
Of course.
Lion, Dangerous Attraction. That's the guys that did No Way.
Yeah.
The Friday the 13th thing.
It's amazing.
I don't know if it's on that album or not, but I know that. Thought I'd throw those guys a bone. Cacophony, Speed Metal Symphony, which is Marty Friedman and Jason Becker. Judas Priest Live, which is my favorite Priest Live record from the Turbo Tour.
Right.
White Line Pride, Laws Rocket, Know Your Enemy. Wasp, Live in the Raw. These are all things that I own or have owned. Coroner, R.I.P.
Fuck yeah.
Pentagram, Day of Reckoning.
Awesome.
Racer X, Second Heat.
I'm not too familiar with Racer X.
Racer X is Paul Gilbert, and
I know who they are. I'm just not really familiar.
I'm a huge fan of their band. It's L.A.
And Paul Gilbert's amazing.
It's the best thing that he ever played on. Is this record.
I love
they do Heart of a Lion by goddamn Judas Priest on there, which is amazing. But anyway, Motorhead Rock and Roll, Black Sabbath, The Eternal Idol, the first album with with Tony Martin, one of my favorite singers on it. Awesome. Udo from Accept's second solo album, Animal House. Again, I'm only doing necessities. I'm not reading off stuff that's on here that I think people should read. I'm just giving you what I want. Carnivore Retaliation. Kiss Crazy Nights, which is my favorite Kiss album. King Diamond Abigail. Sodom Persecution Mania.
Oh, yeah.
Dawkin Back for the Attack.
Fucking A.
Overkill Taking Over. Napalm Death Scum.
Yeah.
Def Leppard Hysteria. Celtic Frost Into the Pandemonium, which is my favorite. Which is my favorite Celtic Frost record. I get made fun of constantly for that.
Both years you've done for music are like the best two Def Leppard records are on those.
Weird. You're not going to get any argument out of it. Totally agree. Saw both those tours.
Pyromania and Hysteria. It's amazing.
Steve Clark's on it. It kicks ass. Bathory, Under the Sign of the Black. Let's see here. Testament, The Legacy. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. If we have any Guns N' Roses fans out there.
Yeah.
Halloween, Keeper of the Seven Keys, Part 1.
That's my favorite one.
Metallica, Garage Days.
I like that.
I'm getting towards the end of this.
Some good covers on it. You got Merciful Fate and Misfits covers. Got some good shit on there.
And I don't mean I'm not putting the Motorhead album low. I'm just kind of throwing some of this stuff out. There's so much.
No, you're good.
But I will wind it down to my top two on this list.
Just go top two, folks.
But that Celtic Frost Into the Pandemonium is my favorite Celtic Frost record.
It's a really good one.
The last two, and it was hard for me to do it in this way, but I felt like I should. So the two necessities off this list are Dio's Dream Evil.
Of course, that's my favorite.
And first, and definitely not last, but number one that you have to have off this entire list is Death, Scream, Bloody Gore.
Of course.
And there you go. That's my 87 metal list.
We wouldn't be here today if it weren't for Scream, Bloody Gore. So
nope, that record goddamn rules.
And I don't know. There's not much you can say negatively about Scream, Bloody Gore. There isn't anything you can say negatively about it.
And I didn't want to, but I felt like that record. I love Dream Evil, but those records, the Dream Evil and that Death record are the main two things that I think I remember having those both on cassette and vinyl that year, and I was like, oh, this is awesome.
I have a vinyl of Dream Evil.
Of course you do.
I mean, it was used, but I wasn't old enough to have that. But I saw it and I bought it, and I'm happy about it.
No, it's awesome, man. I think it kicks ass. You've got that.
My other favorite album of Dio's.
You love Sacred Heart.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The Sacred Heart rules too. But yeah, the whole. Oh, this movie just looks really good. Print's amazing. I didn't really recognize how good it was the last time. Fuck. I watched this.
God, that thing's expensive.
What is it?
I was looking up that band Lions CDs, the few that exist, and they're worth a lot of money.
Jacked?
Well, they're just worth a ton of money.
Who originally released those?
I don't know. I'm actually looking that up right now. I don't think any of that shit's in print, though. Let's see what was on this album.
This nasty...
Oh, you have to put lion, then period.
This nasty shot I'm about to do here. Ooh. Okay, that was an effect. I forgot about that. They just totally trolled everybody in the room here at the party. This nasty shot I'm about to do goes out to Matti, and as well as everyone in pathology. Should be Tim and Dave.
Good God, that CD's worth $109.
Oh, I'm going to do 99 watermelons. For those of you who don't drink airplane bottles very often, this is 99 proof alcohol here. And it's supposed to taste like watermelons, but in reality, all these 99 flavors just taste like hot shit. But gonna give it a whirl here. I don't know, I feel like after this we should watch some of the special features on here. Just for shits and giggles.
Sure.
Because I've never owned this, so I actually, usually the first time I watch these Blu-rays, I like to watch all of it, or at least, delve into some of the other stuff going on. Because I don't know, I'm like a fucking child when I get these new movies. I'm like, I gotta watch all of it. So I like watching everything. But
for some of the stuff that I mentioned earlier, you're going to have...
At 49 minutes and 13 seconds, we got some Mr. Skinless here. You got a nice shower scene, and Todd's about to claim another in this scene here. So I think the receding hairline works. I think he just looks even more crazy. We should get Michael Sopper on the podcast. I think that'd be amazing. So what was it like playing Todd and Terry? And was that joint really a marijuana cigarette? So yeah, here we go. Are you still looking up the lion stuff? Is that lion? Is that fucking... Ever since we've done the final chapter, and this was like months ago, he's been so obsessed with that fucking Crispin Glover dance song. He showers to it, he'll call me and he's like, oh sorry, I was just listening to Lion, Love Is a Lie. It's a really good song. It's actually bitchin'.
It's just weird.
You know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna make that your ringtone. Because guys, live on the podcast, that's not going to be live for you. Well, I guess it will. I mean, you can consider whatever live that you want. I am going to make that Love Is a Lie song by Lion the doctor's ringtone right now. So, here we go. You can hear me typing. This is legit. It's supposed to be in that game.
No, it's not.
Yes, I said it. Tonight. Look at that. That's awesome. If you ever did a convention, I don't care how much I have to pay you. Can you dance with me like the way you did now? Well, look at the artwork. It actually looks bitchin' in that. Look at that.
If you guys are a fan of that movie like me, that part is just the climax of that fucking film.
Look at that. That's really awesome for some reason.
God, is it on that album?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That looks great.
Yeah, these CDs only existed in Japan.
It's called Trouble in what city?
I don't know. I can't tell.
Trouble in Angel City.
Makes sense there. I think that band was from L.A. But they're like a hair band, but they're really just kind of like a classic metal band.
Yeah, I think they sound really good. It's pretty goddamn funny.
It's a long song.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes.
Because it doesn't get to the funny part of it till it's like a minute or two.
I'm making it the
but I don't know
doctor's
why, but
ringtone.
it fits with every good slasher film.
Yeah, we can just listen to it over and over to Blood Rage and it'll be perfect.
It's just him smoking that joint. All right, rental. That's it. You can't take it anymore. Rental. All right, That's another movie. Every time that's on, I will sit there. It's funny. I've literally flipped channels and it's right on that part. Here, it's good.
There, I have the song. It's right there. So now I just got to make it your ringtone, which won't take too much longer. It will be your ringtone, though.
It's funny. I don't know why that's so funny. But that movie's, I don't know.
I'll bet this is the other one. This is the one from part 6 where she's riding him.
This is Lion?
No. It's Felony.
I know this.
This is the one where she's like, "You're the best."
And she's like,
yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, did you know they put the Fright Night soundtrack out on CD?
Yes. It's on that, Oh, there's a good one. There's some more Mr. Skinless guys. You got the 54 minutes and probably 9 seconds. There's too much guy butt in there.
There is way too much guy butt.
For all you guys that watch...
if you like stroking into guy butt, there's a lot of it in this scene.
If you have the 4th cut of this film called Dude Rage, or Blood Spunk... shit! He's just so fucking brutal in this movie. He just straight up like baseball bats her with that machete. Does the Wade Boggs swing and just
God
slashes her titties off. It's pretty damn impressive. His performance in this. If you don't think that horror movie actors can act, then you've never seen Blood Rage, because Mark Soper is pretty goddamn convincing. And Holly Hartman in this, I don't know. I just can't deal with her. I don't know
the
what.
Mom.
She just freaks me out.
Is she in other stuff?
No, she's Molly Hartman or Mary Hartman.
Who the fuck is she? She looks vaguely familiar to me, but
I don't know. I just hate her in this movie. She's awful. This is the not cranberry sauce scene. It's from the TV show Mary Hartman. Which I was way too young to know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what the hell that is.
I guess it was a soap opera. Old ass soap opera.
I really don't know.
That bitch I can't deal with either. She looks like PJ Souls, but she's not. She looks like a granny PJ Souls. I don't get it. Yeah, she's in Requiem for a Dream, which is a train wreck. The movie's awful. Everyone's like, you need to watch it. It's like, no, I don't. It's awful. It's a train wreck. Trying to see if there's any good ones she was on. I mean, I'm sure all these are essential watches for like old people, but I don't know what any of this is. Yeah, she was in Frankenhooker.
That's where I know her from.
Yeah. That's really the only other good one. National Lampoon's Gold Diggers. Don't know what that is.
Never seen that.
Wolves of Wall Street.
I've seen that.
She is Landlady.
That's weird.
Rude Awakening. Surrender. Crime Wave.
Crime Wave is a great movie. I've got that on Blu-ray.
She's...
That's a Sam Raimi thing. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
She's Helen in Crime Wave.
Yeah, I know exactly where I know her from now.
Okay.
That's Crime Wave.
Okay. Let's do that. That is.
He's like, I have to poo. Can you
Can you
help me
take
get
me-
somewhere so I can poo?
He's like, can you take me to Walgreens? I need to get scraped.
Where's Jens? He's like, can I suck your dick?
And Todd's trying to get him.
Another thing, if you guys are at the Atlanta Days of the Dead convention, be sure to stop by the Phantasm table and meet Wheelchair Fucker. Because he will be there by himself. We will not be there.
He'll sign your wheelchair.
He will be there. If
He'll be there with two.
If you want to bring a relative, friend, or daughter up,
Who's fat?
yep, and in a wheelchair, he will fuck them for free.
Sounds kind of
On
Christmassy.
site.
In a wheelchair, he will fuck.
He will. He will fuck them.
Just like Todd's about to fuck us.
Or he'll fuck their face if you want him to do that. He'll tell them that he loves them, and then he'll fuck their face.
And Todd's about to fuck this chick's face so hard that she ends up in a wheelchair.
And he'll drop his Connecticut load in him. He'll empty his Danish sack.
He's gonna fuck his dirty Nikes off. And there's Terry. What a pussy. He couldn't shoot his own psycho brother. And of
Well, if
course-
you remember, his brother's the one that's basically because he's been lobotomized in that thing because they thought he was a mass murderer.
Yeah. Now he's got.
Where was this shot?
Now he's got this guy to himself.
Where was this film?
Jacksonville.
Really?
Where it's
So it
set.
actually was shot in Florida.
Yes. Which it looks like it. This is like a little swamp area here. There's all the little murder weapons. Which even when he's pulling off that shirt, it's like stuck on the... You know, the blood gets stuck on it. It's pretty awesome. Here we go. We're going to unmute this for you guys for a little listening. Get a taste of that awesome soundtrack on here.
That isn't cranberry sauce, Artie. That is not cranberry sauce. I see him. Where? Over there. Where is...
Oh. That will also be the sound that Jens will make when he fucks your friend's face. Somebody...
It's like, I love you, let's go to Olive Garden.
I don't have any money, but let's go get the most expensive thing at Applebee's so I can piss Dr. West off. I had a lot of money, but I don't have anything now because I met Catherine the other night. Who's Catherine? This woman I met at the old folks' home. I fucked her face.
I wheeled her out right into my apartment.
I wheeled her right into the fucking passenger seat and fucked her face.
This summer, Jenny Pratt in Wheelchair Fucker, rated R. No one under 40 admitted.
Jeez.
It looks like he's got a hard right there.
Yeah.
Todd's got a hard on from filming in the... I mean, I'd have a hard on too. It's a hard on in Shadow Woods.
God.
This movie would have also been effective if they just called it Todd. Todd, rated R, no under 17 admitted. Or The Adventures of Todd and Terry. Rated R, no one under 17 admitted. I would see something called The Adventures of Todd and Terry.
It sounds like a gay porn.
Yeah. The Adventures of Todd and Rod. And Down syndrome PJ Souls is about to get her soul eviscerated. Or maybe not. She's going to hide in door number 1. But Todd is already... There he is. I need that cut-off shirt. Can you picture me in that shirt with the cut-off sleeves?
It's funny.
And the dirty Nikes. He's been killing people in all day. On eBay, get Todd's murder Nikes. Get Todd's dirty, fresh Nikes worn in the actual Shadow Woods murders. You alright?
I just messed up my hand.
I thought you found out something on eBay that you didn't like the price of. Because you were like, damn it.
No, my hand started like freeze up on me.
Oh, there's a real phone number. Hopefully, if they call, we should call that number. So I'm gonna go back here a little bit, guys. There's a.
Have an announcement to make. Come on. You tell me.
Well, we're gonna tie the knot.
What the hell are you watching?
It's the Blood Rage trailer.
Oh. We've already played it in the beginning.
Well, I can't. What's mine about it? I can't. I don't think that's a trailer. I think somebody like hand pieced a piece of that film together. It's really ghetto. It wouldn't stop playing, which is even more annoying.
Alright, so call now at 473-7896 and get your free fresh dirty Nikes from Todd.
You can also add the Florida zip code 305 to that number and reach me if you want to hear a recording of how you can meet Wheelchair Fucker.
Call 305-473-7896 and get Wheelchair Fucker to come to your birthday party today.
He will do cosplay too.
He will dress up as Deadpool and wheelchair fuck you.
Well, right now he's running a special. He's actually dressing up as Wonder Woman.
Oh.
And
sorry guys, we're at 1 hour and 3 minutes 9 seconds. There's a dead body in the closet. And there's a dead body outside. Why are you doing this? I love that this is in an apartment complex. I don't think I've ever seen any other horror movie like this one. Where he's just walking around in an apartment complex with a machete. I'm sure that when they made this, they were really bored. It was just like, well, I'm really stoned in my apartment. Wouldn't it be cool if there was a guy running around with a machete right now? Let's make a movie about it. But, yeah, I'd like to watch the featurette where they go back to these locations. It'd be pretty cool to watch that.
Wouldn't it?
I think we should do that. And that's on Disc 1. So we're on that already. So we can watch that shit. Bitch just needs to go away.
Yeah, we'll tell you in advance at Days of the Dead if you want to meet Wheelchair Fucker.
Wheelchair Fucker.
For an extra $50, I'll have him hopped up on Viagra and he will fuck anything. You know what would be funny? I think we should spike his beverage with a Viagra to see how he would act in a metal show. He's just walking around with a rager.
Sorry guys, we got this whole thing confused. Wheelchair Fucker will not be attending Days of the Dead. He will be attending Dongs of the Dead. Or Days of the Dongs. As Wheelchair Fucker. God damn. That's what happened to the babysitter.
Did you see her moving?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
That's alright.
She was like this. She was like, "Am I doing a good job? Am I doing a good job?
Today's cold.
Do I look dead?"
I don't know what movie.
That's the first time I noticed that when I watched
I don't know what
this.
movie I was watching the other day, but it was like a dead body in the room, but it was like an Asian lady, and she was just like breathing. Like, didn't even care. Like, okay, well.
She's like, "Y'all,
that's scary.
Thanks for giving me scale."
Yeah. I'm just trying to show you guys that I can act by breathing, but I can't even be a dead body. That's how shitty of an actor I am. Oh, god damn it.
You know, this movie should just be called Machete. Except
you gotta be a 4 foot. You gotta be a 4 foot Latino. You call it Mexican and Shadow Woods. Call it Mexican and La Casa Woods.
Okay, I just thought of something really funny. Imagine Jen's dancing to that line song, doing that dance, because it's actually funny.
That's kind of funny.
Well, it'd be even funnier if we had footage of him fucking a girl in a wheelchair with that plan.
We can get that if we have to.
He's like, "You can't take it anymore."
This movie making you hungry.
I'm not hungry.
You're not? I was gonna say, I got a party pizza. I got food. Because we've been here a while, if you want to.
I mean, we can a little bit.
Okay. Making sure. We are human here at the
FANTASM
Podcast.
Partying, I just keep rolling.
There's this little...
She's like, "My son is Fred Krueger."
He got this shirt from Hot Topic. His white and black stripies all messed up. He must
to say,
he must have spilled some spaghetti on it.
I have to say, there was a...
This smells like fucking paint. It's awful.
Are you doing shots?
Just this one.
I thought you did a shot a minute ago.
No.
You
I
did?
never did. I'm sitting here holding the same one
What
for
is
like an
it?
hour. It's 99 watermelons.
Does it smell like watermelon or does it smell like liquor?
It smells like paint. It smells like something I put on my wall to cover up a fucking mark.
Is it really that?
It stinks, yeah. It smells like a fucking... It smells like a fucking permanent marker. I'm drinking...
Where do you buy those
I'm drinking
at? The liquor store?
99 markers, yeah.
What do they charge for something that small?
Like $1.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you could hide it. You could hide it in your fucking nuts. Walk in wherever.
I know you've never seen it, but one of my favorite... I mean, it's like Monster Squad. Thrashing with Robert Russler.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part where one of their... Not Robert Russler, because he's with a different group of skaters, but the skaters that are with Josh Brolin, they're trying to get in there, and he's just like... He keeps finding airplane bottles on this guy, and he goes, "What are you trying to do in there? Start your own bar? Take a hike." That's fucking awesome. I swear. And then he gets in there, he's like, "Hey Radley, give me some of that jet fuel." And he's like, "That guy scammed on my fucking bottles."
That's pretty awesome.
You need to see that. That movie it's not something for this, but it's amazing.
Thrashing?
Yes. I'm telling, I don't know how you couldn't like it.
Is it on Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I said when I got that fucking thing, too. I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah, that was a... That was a good day for you.
I love that movie.
Well, it is. He's just jumping up and down like on a diving board.
But I love that. He's like, "Hey Radley, give me some of that jet fuel." He's like, "That guy scammed on my bottles." What are you trying to do? Start your own bar inside? Take a hike, pal.
Yeah, see, she was breathing right there. Wow, that's going for $30.
What?
Thrashing.
It's out of print?
No, it's just going for $30.
Jesus. I didn't know it was going for that much. Those rare titles, I mean, they're not going to stay in print for long.
No.
I had to have it. That's one of those. You can throw that in my casket with me. I love that fucking movie. Yo, Radley, give me some of that jet fuel. It's fucking awesome.
It's pretty awesome. Maybe you get it for like $17.
Huh?
Like used.
I'm telling you, that movie is... That movie is the reason Robert Russler... This is a true story. That is the reason Robert Russler added me on Facebook. Because he was like, do I know you? And I go, I feel like I know you, Hook.
Huh.
He was like, what's your favorite part of that film with me in it? And I was like, where you're like, it's just a game. It's just a game, Valley Boy. And I was sitting there quoting like full scenes out of that movie. If it's going to be like this all summer, Chrissy, I don't even want you here. Fine, fine. Hey, Scarface, you going to come to bed? Anyway, that movie's awesome. I quoted like full lines out, and he was just like, and it was just like, Robert Russler is now your friend. It's true. He's not said much to me since, and he rockstarred me about coming on here, but it's okay.
Well,
it's still Hook from goddamn Hook and the Daggers, and a little person that you guys may have heard of. You may not know who Robert Russler is, but his best friend is Robert Downey Jr., and that is true. There's pictures of him with his goddamn kids at their goddamn house on the goddamn birthday. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
We're also in the movie Goddamn.
Yep. Which I like to say, apparently. That's a bad wig right there. That's all I do know.
Oh yeah, that's really funny. It doesn't even look like a wig. It looks like, ooh. That guy actually has a mullet, so that's okay. Whoever was playing Todd right there. And the other guy looks like Lou Ferrigno. He turns into Lou Ferrigno with the fucking mop. It's an actual, he's wearing an actual mop head on his head.
It's a goddamn Swiffer jet.
He's got the dirt devil on his head.
It's a Swiffer wet jet.
It's really it's really bad. It's a wet jet now that he's in the pool. It's just such a weird scene. He's just like, this whole thing, this ending is so fucking weird. Look at the wet wig. It's not even wet.
Here's you something that's not. It is tasteless that I did this. For a while, Jens's photo in my phone was the singer of the Scorpions.
Why?
Because his hairline's like right there.
He's gonna have a skullet in like a year.
And he saw it. He got really mad. And when he did it, I looked at him and I was like, "Here I am."
Rock you like a wheelchair fucker. Rock you like a wheelchair.
Oh God, he could never listen to this episode.
Again, if he wants to, it'll be alright. He knows it's all fun.
But anyway, there's not much to say about this movie other than it is literally a bloodbath pool.
It's a blood pool.
It is. There's so much in this. I don't even know where to tell people to start. Just turn it on.
Yeah.
It's like...
Turn it on. You're going to see a kill happen.
Now, see, I think the end of this would have been more natural if he'd had sex with her right there, right out. Maybe if he just ate her out. She's like, "God, eat this thing out. It's time you had Thanksgiving proper."
Yeah. Maybe a little bit overcooked turkey, but...
Here, try Mom's bologna. Spread Mom's roast beef curtains.
It's like,
have Mom's roast beef and cherries.
It's like, she's like, there's a problem. The turkey never got stuffed. That's not cranberry sauce. You guys, it's not cranberry sauce. It's my load. It's my incestuous load. It's my identical twin load. And shot it.
He's eating her out playing with like Weeble Wobbles on her. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those little fish bras things.
Playing Hungry Hippos. It's weird because she looks like she's gonna like fuck him right here or something.
That's what I'm saying. It's really creepy.
He's like, I just want to tear your bathrobe in half, just like I did your friends. I'm Todd. I love how she turns this whole thing into like names. She's like, Todd is Todd, but you're Terry, Todd. And he's like, I'm Todd. I thought this ending was so just dumb.
It's just weird, is what it is. What's even weirder is that towel over there, or that, whatever that is. It looks like a goddamn heavy metal poster.
I thought it was like the movie Heavy Metal.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, you know exactly what I meant.
I'm Todd.
And then she turns around and she's like, fuck me, Todd. She's like on all fours on a float in the pool.
Come weevil my wobble, Todd.
She's like, give me your load.
You know what would have made this better if she was like fingering herself right there.
That's right, she blows her head off, doesn't she?
Yeah. Ooh.
She's like, here, wait, let me let the child see it and hear it.
She did. She waited the whole time. Now the baby's going to grow up and be a serial killer like this guy. Good job. Nice parenting. Breadwinner of the year. And it just ends with his ugly face. He should have started like whacking it or something. I don't know, I just feel like they missed something there too. She should have been pleasuring herself and going like, you're Todd, you're Todd.
I don't know, it's a pretty brutal ending, I think. This movie just doesn't let up.
I'm trying to see if they had like another... I swore they had another ending. I guess not. I think it's just...
Maddie's date and the teen girl at the drive-in.
Ted Raimi, condom salesman. Best role ever. Everybody wants that. Just to
football players, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, Cam
Rob
Newton,
Gronkowski.
Special features. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. I mean, it's pretty cool. We can do this. Why not?
You want to keep it going and we'll do it?
Yeah, why not?
Cool.
Just for a minute.
No. I'm fine with it. No, we can watch this. I don't give a damn. I don't know how long it is. But...
Hello, my name is Ed Tucker. I'm an author and film historian from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm also one of the few people who saw Blood Rage, then known as Nightmare Shadow.
I use Just for Men specifically on my mustache.
September 1987. I had just moved to Jacksonville a few weeks earlier to attend college. I didn't realize it at the time. As I
the video was not synced up with my mouth. Let's look, the audio, it's off.
Well, now it's been over 3 decades since Blood Rage was made, and I'd like to take you back.
You can tell that it's off. It's off bad. He's like I'm watching a goddamn Bruce Lee movie. It's like
The Way of the Shadow, Return of the Shadow Woods Dragon.
Blood Rage opens with a pivotal scene at a drive-in movie theater.
Blood Rage was a film I liked.
Concession stand and restroom from the Route 35 drive-in that was located in Hazleton, New Jersey. Most of the exterior scenes, including the murder, were shot at the Midway Drive-In, a 2-screen theater owned by the Eastern Federal Corporation, which was located on the south side of Jacksonville. The Midway went dark in 1986 and is now a Walmart shopping center.
That's lame. That's everything. This whole movie.
No, I would like to go in that Walmart.
This whole movie turned into a Walmart shopping center.
10 years into the present day, Louise Lasser is seen driving up to the mental institution where her son.
Now the mental institution.
That's why this went to an overdub, because it was like the video is not synced
also located on
with anything I've done.
It's still there. That's crazy.
That's the apartment?
That's the mental institution.
Oh, okay.
It is now a Walmart shopping center.
It is now a firehouse sub. The mental institution is now a firehouse sub.
On Jacksonville's west side.
It's now a
While still
Marshalls.
based today, it is now part of the Wells Fargo family.
It's now a Marshalls.
Just a short distance away from the bank was the Pick and Save store where Todd sees his reflection in the window as he wanders the streets after he escapes.
He poorly dubs
Pick and
over
Save
his
was a
fat
popular
mouth.
general merchandise store with multiple locations in Jacksonville until the chain closed in the mid-90s. The building still stands, and today it is shared by a Save-A-Lot food store and furniture rental business.
It's kind of cool, actually.
There's a Popeyes cup there. Let's just go.
Following the scenes in the institution, we are introduced to the film's primary setting, the ill-fated Shadow Woods apartment.
Jens is in there taking a
Shadow
dump.
Woods was actually
Wow.
played by two different apartment complexes and the nature trails at a local college. When we first see it, and for the majority of the film, it was shot at Cedar Cove Apartments located on the west side of Jacksonville.
They're still there.
Yeah. They're exactly the same, too.
What'd you do if I'm
We need to go there.
I'm like, I'm living
Today,
here.
these apartments, which have doubled in
It's not that
size
far, I
and
don't
house
think.
over 1,000 residents, are known as the Preserve at Cedar River.
I bet none of those people there have a clue what that was shot there.
The Cedar Cove Tennis Court, where Greg and Andrea play tennis, is still standing and looks
like
very
you've
much
been
the
there.
same today. The apartment exterior featured prominently in the film also still exists, but the stone steps have guardrails added.
And the fake baby is still there.
My overdub is still off. I also look like a pedophile.
I look like a Pixar character. That's
This
a pedophile.
house used to have furniture in it, but I had to move it out. And they found out I was videotaping little boys whacking their weenies.
This apartment
They like to rub their mushroom on my soft stash.
The opening for this trail was used for several scenes in the film, most notably Dr. Berman's gory death.
Most notably than a hairy mushroom.
The woods from this spot. When the scene changed to a wooden bridge, the actors
No,
now at
when they
University
rub
of
their
North
smooth
Florida
mushroom
crossed
on my hairy stash.
It's at the University of North Florida, that nature
This
trail.
bridge is the Red Maple Boardwalk.
My favorite thing to do was to have a 7-year-old come in and put his erect he-hoo on my stash, and it looked like a vacuum cleaner attachment. Of course, my favorite part was
to put my pet safe dirt devil on it. My dirt devil stash on his little love button.
On the south side of Jacksonville. Today, this is a condominium known as the Colony in San Jose.
I can't go back to Bell Tower Court because I diddled somebody's toddler bag.
The famous diving board has been removed.
At the ending scene, where the mother shoots herself after she kills her evil twin son,
And if you look closely, you can still see the bloodstains.
you can still see the semen in the pool where I jacked off little boys.
This is the end, and thank you for joining us for this return to Shadow Woods.
I gotta go back to the playground now.
That guy's dead? He's dead?
I don't think that was him, was it?
I don't know. Are you sure?
I was gonna say.
Rewind that. Was that him?
He got
Because that's going to freak me out. I just called him a pedophile.
He got killed via pitchfork by the townsfolk.
Jeez. Did he say his name was Chuck Gambling? I mean, I would just start this feature over off the menu.
And if you look closely, you can still see the bloodstains on the concrete.
Let's do the bloodstains from where I died.
This is the end, but thank you for joining us for this return to Shadow Woods.
No, it says Chuck Grambling. Without Chuck's recollections of his first film job on the Blood Rage set, this production would have been much more difficult.
Is that him?
No, I don't think so. That's
Yeah, start it over and see if he's like, I'm Chuck Gambling. Because if it is, I'm going to feel really bad. Because this movie's awesome.
Hello, my name is Ed Tucker.
No,
oh, okay.
Thank God.
Hi, my name's Boy Fucker. Hi, my name's Head Giver.
Author and pedophile.
Hi, my name's Head Giver.
Child fucker. What am I doing? Is this in slow motion? don't know what I just did.
My name. Hi. My name's.
Hi, I'm Just for Kids.
Hi.
I love you, Jim.
Hi.
Are you balding?
I'm not supposed to be in this area, but I'm a film historian. And the little boys right here, I have to be careful because they know me as Happy Meal.
They know me as the Bon Bon Man. Or more famously, the Ice Cream Dude.
They know me as the Scion villain.
They know me as the Astro Van Strangler.
Jesus.
They know me.
They've gotten to know me over the years.
They know me as the RV park hugger.
They've gotten to know me.
They know me as the soccer field peeping Tom. Or they used to call me back in the 90s locker room Larry.
No, he's just like, hi, my name's Ed Tucker. I'm a film historian. I'm also known as the Shoney's Bear Predator.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people are recommending Just for Men, but for my stash, I like Just for Kids.
What attracted me to this film was the two young boys at the beginning, of which I'm a predator of.
I was going to say a new Blood Rage featurette to catch a predator. With Kid Fucker.
No, listen. That special feature, there's another special feature just about him, and it's great. It's called Return to Predator Woods. It's showing like little kids out there swimming and stuff, and he's up in the trees. It's like, anytime.
I was here in 91 in the same tree.
Are you even catching my joke?
The VHS opening titles, that's pretty cool. It was awesome.
Yeah, this has how I would have seen it.
You got the original opening VHS titles on this Blu-ray. So still, of course, VHS quality, but that's okay. It's kind of how I want to see them, because it just reminds me of when I had VHSs, it looked like this.
Gives you a little clue, too, about how awesome Blu-ray quality stuff is. Because you can't even fucking see what this says.
No, it's so dark.
And this one's the actual Blood Rage one. Starring Ed Tucker.
Starring Ed Tucker as the Burger King Queen. And Jens Platt as wheelchair fucker. Note to producers, in the Blood Rage version, wheelchair fucker, his name was changed in the slasher film to the film just Slasher to Elephant Sack.
And Ted Raimi's character wasn't Condom Salesman.
Could you imagine him having a slick? I thought that'd be amazing.
I bet he does. If you met Ted Raimi, and I'd get the Condom Salesman one signed before anything.
Jens kind of looks like Ted Raimi.
You know how Reaction makes the toys? They make like the little retro figures. They need a Condom Salesman figure. That'll be amazing. Or they need to make his own standalone film just called Condom Salesman. And it's just him in the bathroom. So
it's him hunting him down.
Yeah.
The other brother goes crazy and he has to hunt him down.
Yeah.
It's him and Leisure Suit Larry. They have to hunt him down. They have to hunt him down to kill him. I would totally see that movie. It's the pervert film historian / child pedophile.
Well, they're showing this whole thing. I thought they just showed the opening, but this is like the whole opening.
I think it may be the whole damn film.
No, it's just the opening titles on VHS. Now it says directed by, so I guess it's over. No? Are they going to show the whole damn thing on here?
No, it's about 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes.
I think it's funny. That guy, he's like, I, back then, masturbated in a theater in Jacksonville, Florida. I emptied my elephantine sack into the popcorn bucket of my friend Larry.
Now, if you look over here, you'll see the playground that I'm currently still not allowed.
If you look on the theater floor, you can still see the cum.
Yeah. Now, I'm standing as far as they're going to allow me to stand back, because
I'm not allowed in the pool area.
I have a restraining order to this pool. Because I used to pretend to be a lifeguard. I wouldn't take my shirt off because I'm insecure.
I'm not swimming real good. That's all right. Just take your trunks off and just come over here.
See, in the beginning we start at the drive-in, and then at the end we go to the dive-in. I used to just grab my popcorn and watch them dive in. Sometimes their trunks would come off, so they'd be too big.
I told you I felt like I had water in my lungs. What are you doing? Oh, this is better like this. What are you doing? Oh, don't worry about that.
Does he have like a tomahawk? I never really looked at the weapon. I thought it was just an axe, but it's like a native axe.
There's a clip of like a young boy with his shorts off. And he's been eating his butt. This is definitely no cranberry sauce. It's just a shot of him leaning up from his butt cheeks with a stash. God.
Was that supposed to be his mom? Because that definitely wasn't his mom. They used like they used a double that wasn't wearing the wig. Had like black hair. It's like, Mama has blonde hair. No, that's a different dude. He doesn't kill Ron Howard. He kills somebody else.
Yeah, well, I know it's been too long, but now that the movie's over. And, I don't know, I love this movie. You know, I've seen this print before, but it's been a long time. Probably over a year since I've seen this.
It's been, yeah.
And, I fucking love it. It's a great movie. Print looks really great, you know, for it being, you know, a lower budget B movie that it is. That's kind of swept under the rug. This is definitely a gem, and it's worth being in everybody's horror collection. As a film to be called slasher, it definitely lives up to its title, and it's honestly one of the best slashers ever made, if not one of the best horror movies. And
it really is. It's. I mean, I don't know what more you could want from this. It's everything I would want out of a horror film as a child or as an adult.
Definitely.
It's just a fucking murder spree. It's a fucking just.
And it lives up to the Blood Rage name, and you know, you don't really see films that are, you know,
it's relentless.
That take place in an apartment complex that's kind of hits it at home.
It doesn't try to go into it doesn't try to go into like it doesn't overanalyze the killer in it either. And that's what I like about it. He's alive doing it, and then he's a corpse at the end. It's effective as hell. I think it's fucking awesome, but it's too bad they didn't sequel this, because I would totally be into it.
Oh yeah. Mark Soper, you're still around, so maybe you can put on the the Todd Fresh Nikes again and do your thing in another apartment complex. Maybe this time do it.
Do it in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, really love this film. It's definitely an essential Arrow video. You can pick it up. We also have Matti Way of Pathology.
Great interview.
Coming on for you guys now. He'll talk about his entrance into pathology, as well as a lot of his other bands that he was jamming with, and briefly talks about Abominable Putridity and his love for horror and
what he does now,
and with editing horror films and his love for horror films. So it's pretty just a very awesome interview. We had a great time with him. He has a really good sense of humor. Hopefully he finds everything we said here funny. I know we have some pretty tasteless humor on here, but honestly, you know, that's just who we are. So, of course, we don't condone anything we laugh about. It's just kind of funny. You know?
No, God, no. We just have a very sick sense of humor.
When a guy comes on here and looks like a pedophile, then he'll never hear the end of it. So, hopefully, it's Ed Tucker. You know, the featurette you did was really cool. Hopefully, your restraining order is close to being over now, and and we wish you all the best. Thank you for a great addition to Arrow Video here.
And Ed actually had paid us some money to do this spot. By the way, if anybody wants to give Ed a call, it's 305. No.
746-7863.
God,
whatever
I
that was.
just knocked that over, didn't I?
No, you're fine. So yeah, we will give you now the Matti Way interview. Thank you guys so much for listening, and definitely pick up Blood Rage from our video. You can get the 2-disc special edition. Will be coming out soon, and Tuesday, yeah. So probably by the time you listen to this, it'll already be out, and you can pick it up. And
off Amazon for $18.
They just want to watch Ed Tucker. They're like, let me see how much of a pedophile this guy really looks. Oh yeah, he totally looks like a pedophile. Good call.
Ed, if you listen to this, we don't hold it against you that you're into boys. It's not a big deal.
Actually, we do. You need to.
You just need to be more discreet about your pleasures.
You need to just kind of, just not be peeping around. You need to just kind of do whatever you do in your shed by yourself, whatever you do. Just kind of a hands-off.
Just remember when he's talking about the blood around the pool, he actually meant semen. So.
Well, thank you guys for listening, and as always, stay fucking gory. And enjoy Matti Way. All right, we have the pleasure of speaking with Matti Way, the one and only from Pathology. And how you doing today, man?
Good, guys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Oh, of course. If you would, you can start by doing a brief history of the band and maybe how you just got into death metal to begin with.
Yeah, so it was probably... Well, when I had leprosy and spiritual healing were probably the first two when I started experimenting with singing like that. And then once I picked up Parkis's Symphonies of Sickness and Entombed's Left Hand Path, that's when I kind of went in for like full bore.
It's a good way to start.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, which one do you like better? Do you like leprosy or spiritual healing better?
Spiritual healing.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. That's definitely my favorite record by Death, for sure.
Such a great album.
That's my favorite by Death. Yeah, I know. I love that album.
All right, and you want to talk about the first band you were doing death metal vocals with?
The first band I ever did death metal vocals for was a band called Haunted from
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that.
It was really, it was very down-tuned, kind of like old, like the Finnish style, like Demigod and stuff like that was like kind of a huge influence on that band. So.
Yeah, well, that's cool. And what year was that when you were doing that?
That was 1991.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I was 1 year old.
Man, I feel old.
No, don't. I was. So you were doing that, and did you guys record an album or?
No, we recorded a couple demos, and I've actually tried to find those, and to no avail. I would really like to, have just even like a digital copy of them.
Sure.
Yeah, but nobody's got them for whatever reason. Like the guys that used to be in the band and stuff, they just kind of got lost in the.
Oh man.
Over the years. Yeah, bummer.
Then you didn't get to put them up on the internet, so then you just have it,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wish.
Because now you can just backlog, you can just upload stuff. You can record anything and just put it on there for later.
Yeah.
And then from there, Disgorge maybe?
Yep, and then Yep, I actually quit Haunted to do Disgorge full time.
Awesome.
And how did the Disgorge thing come about?
I had their 4-song demo of, obviously the one that I was not on, that first one.
Right.
And there was 2 songs on each side, and I kind of like almost even wore that tape out. I listened to it so much.
Right.
And then, come to find out, one of my buddies that knew them, was like, hey, they're going to be down in San Diego. So anyway, we hooked up and they said, hey, can we use your guys' practice room? That was obviously Haunted at the time. And
right.
So it's like, yeah, of course. So I went down there with them, just let them in, and it was just Ricky and Tony. And I said, hey, can I sing the songs on the demo? And they were like, yeah, which ones do you know? I said, I know all of them. So
they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, so I sang Womb Full of Scabs, which is the first song on the demo, and then they just... Yeah, looked over and said, you want to do this full time? Like,
yeah.
That was literally it. That was like that's how it started with them.
Well, that's cool. And then, so you guys recorded Cranial Impalement. Would that be the next thing?
Yeah, we did. Those are 2 demos, actually. So we recorded one of those, 4 of the songs in 95 and 4 of them in 96, I think.
Okay. And then did you all do any touring for that, or were you all just playing local shows, or did you?
We did tons of local, tons of LA, which is obviously very close to San Diego, so we had a really good following up there.
Sure.
Even like San Francisco, we would drive up and to the Northern California area where Deeds of Flesh, those are super good friends of ours, and we
fucking love Deeds of Flesh.
There. Yeah. I'm actually going to be doing vocals on 2 songs on the new album, on just backing, obviously.
Oh, that's sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Eric's a good friend.
I've been waiting on a good one. The Portals to Canaan was such a fucking awesome record when they put that out. I still listen to it. Yeah. Their stuff's phenomenal. I love that band. Something to look forward to. Definitely awesome.
So then you guys, after Cranial, so you did the She Lay Gutted.
Yeah, so and then that was obviously with a different lineup, so that was with Diego and Ben instead of Tony and Eric from the Cranial lineup, yeah.
Okay. And on She Lay Gutted, did you guys do a lot of touring for that, or?
We did, yeah, we did that. We did the very first Bloodletting tour, that was with Deeds and Cephalic Carnage and Mortal Decay. I think that was like 55 shows or so.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's a lot of shows.
Something like in that area, yeah, if I remember right. Yeah, it was a ton.
And then after, so you did She Lay Gutted, and then your departure would be after that, or?
It was, yeah, so we toured Brazil. Yeah, it was sometime after we got back from Brazil.
Okay, and then what prompted that? Did you leave? Was that something? Was that mutual?
Yeah,
or
no, it just I just couldn't tour. I couldn't do, like, they were getting more and more shows, and I started to realize, well, I can't be gone all the time, like as far as being being away, I just couldn't do it. So
Right.
that was basically the only reason why. They just wanted to do, they wanted to probably tour, tons of months out of the year, which I couldn't do.
I'll tell you a funny story just while we're talking about that band just briefly. We've tried to get Ricky on here for like a year. And I don't know, and he did the Suffocation thing, and then he was back out of Suffocation. I don't know what happened with that, and then I'm friends with him on Facebook, but he just never, I don't know, he's just not really into it, because in person he was like, yeah, I'll get because I wanted to have the whole band on, their current lineup or whatever, and then it's just never happened. I don't know, so I've tried, but I don't know. We love Ricky, but it just never, I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? I'll bust his balls, so I'm actually going to see him tomorrow. He lives actually where I live now, so
awesome.
We're going to hang out. Yeah, we're going to hang out tomorrow. So I will run this by him and tell him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him on, and because not that I don't like Suffocation, but it was I want Disgorge. That was the
right.
That was the whole thing. So, but yeah, I would appreciate that. That would be amazing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's just kind of a weird coincidence that we both ended up out here in Arizona. I mean, we were even talking about right now getting finding a like-minded guitar player, and then obviously Ricky and myself. So.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Well,
so,
yeah, be like, hey, just be like, hey, Ricky, why the fuck aren't you on FANTASM Podcast yet?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I know he'll remember me. I've bugged him so much when he was just like last year when we went and saw Suffocation with Frank still, but Ricky was hanging out with him. I mean, I've been bugging him for like since 2015 about doing it.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, like I said, I'll get on him about it then.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Would be amazing. So next for you would be Cinerary, I think.
Cinerary, yeah, yep.
And how did that come to be?
So that was I actually was living in Chicago at the time. So that's when I don't know if you guys are familiar with the band Incestuous.
I've heard of them, but I'm not. I've never listened to them.
Yeah, they did an album called Brass Knuckle Abortion. It's like along the lines of like early Goregasm.
That's fucking awesome.
We're big Gore. We actually had Goregasm on last year, so.
Oh, cool! Yeah, great. Yeah,
love those guys. Yeah.
That's like our only one we had a full band on.
Yeah, we got them all on, and actually, you'll get a kick out of this. If you go listen to the episode, it's hilarious. Corey actually left it in there. We were having him do the media plug for us, and when we did it, we did everybody, and then we got down to
Damien,
and he's like, "This is Damien Lesky. You're listening to a podcast."
That's classic.
We couldn't really get him to talk. He's another one because I wanted to go into Broken Hope and all that other stuff with him, but he just I mean, he was awesome, but we just really couldn't get him to say much.
I think he was stoned and drunk too much.
Anthony was talking. We got Anthony and Ryan and the drummer were all talking, but we could. But it was so funny when he did that. He was like, "You're listening to a podcast."
They were talking about having a shit in a bucket at some festival in Chile or something crazy. I don't know. We went on.
They were right. We had fun with. They kept talking about sending pictures of each other's turds to each other and stuff. I don't know. It was like,
oh god.
Yeah. We were like, okay, but it was silly. But so you're in Chicago and Cinerary.
Yeah. So I had joined. So I had actually started singing with Incestuous with that band, and then we just kind of. Because I was Cinerary, I actually wrote a lot of the music, so I wrote like probably a good 40% of those guitar riffs. So once that kind of started happening when we were writing the new material, and then we down tuned and all that stuff, and just it didn't fit anymore. So that's when we changed over to Cinerary.
Oh, cool! I was not familiar with it till I was looking up everything that you had done. I would love to hear it. I've just and same as the Incestuous thing. I don't know if I could ever find that or not. Sometimes I could find stuff like that or not, but.
Oh, you've never heard the Cinerary?
No, I'm going to have to find that.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool though. So after that, what you?
Yeah. So after that would have been Liturgy.
Okay, and how did that happen?
Yeah, just being buddies with Jamie and them from Vodka, and they had just said, hey, we got a bunch of these songs that are slow, they're a lot slower and more of groove orientated a little bit. There's more groove parts, and they were like, what do you think about doing like a side, just a side project band? So once they sent me the stuff, I was like, oh yeah, totally, I'd love to sing over this.
Cool. That's another one I've looked for and I could never find it. I still buy CDs. I don't know, I know that's probably weird, but I still...
Yeah, Corey from Obscure Music has licensed both of the Cinerary and the Liturgy, and he's remastered them and all that.
Oh
stuff.
wow,
So
I'll definitely have to get on that because I'd like to have those.
Yeah, with new art too. Actually, the new art I think on both of them was really, really good. So
cool.
They did them right.
Well, that's awesome. Definitely have to check that out. And then let's see from there. Well.
So after Liturgy, I'm trying to think now, what would I have done after Liturgy? Was it might have been that band that I just did a demo with in Fantasia? I'm not sure. I'm at a loss. I think it might have been in Fantasia, guys, I think.
Yeah. Well, Pathology.
Pathology came, I think, right after the Infantasia.
Which would be...
Okay, I got it. I see it here. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got you. And
yeah, because I think this is my 5th Pathology that I'm doing right now. As a matter of fact, I'm in the studio. I got 2 songs left that I'm doing on Sunday, and then the new Pathology is done.
Awesome.
Well, I have to tell you something real quick, and I'm back. We'll go right back to the next band, but I have to tell you this real quick. The last 2 Pathology records are 2 of the best death metal records I've ever heard.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank
your
you.
vocals,
Really cool.
your vocals on those. I mean, I listened to them both back to back yesterday, and wow.
Yeah,
the one from 2013 on Severed. Your vocals on that are some of the best I've ever heard. Period. It's really impressive to me. I was like, Jesus Christ, because I had a hell of a time finding those records physically. I actually bought one of them from. I bought the newest one from Dave, actually.
Oh, okay.
And because I wanted a physical copy of it, and then the other one I actually bought Severed. I found it through them, so I got the one from 2013 from Severed. But maybe we'll get back to that in a sec. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you how much I love those records. But
oh, cool. Yeah, thank you. Is the one from 2013? Is that Lords of Ravine? Is that am I thinking of the right one?
Yeah.
Okay. My God, that record.
Love that record.
But
I like the Lords of Salem thing that was in there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, we're actually a story about that. Because we're playing, we're headlining Saturday at the Las Vegas Deathfest this year,
right?
And yeah, we're going to open with that Lords of Salem, awesome. That track and that intro and stuff. That's actually what we're going to play first.
Yeah, it really hit in the song because I'm not even really a huge fan of the movie, to be honest, but I like that song that's in the movie, and then in a Pathology song, I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's fucking makes it 10 times heavier, that part.
Yeah,
I just really enjoyed
it fits real well. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So let's see. I guess that would be. So we're in what, 08? I guess you'd be 06 maybe.
Yeah, I think probably 08. I think that's probably more. Yeah, that's probably right. Like when what was the first? I think the first Pathology would have been Age of Onset. I think.
Yeah, that's 09.
You want to talk about how that came to be? You joining Pathology?
Oh yeah, actually, Dave just got a hold of me because he knew he actually, I believe, thought I was still in San Diego, so he had written me. I was living up in Sacramento at this time, so I was way north. You're talking like a 8 to 9 hour drive north of there, and
sure.
Yeah, he had written me and just said, hey, do you want to? Would you be interested in singing on these, on our new CD? And I believe he attached 2 or 3 of those songs. And then, once I heard them, I was, I wasn't doing anything. I'm like, oh yeah, fucking these songs are, killer. So yeah, I would love to do it.
Now, did you all do a lot of touring for Age of Onset?
We did some festivals, and then not a ton, but we probably played, I would say, between 10 and 20 shows somewhere in that area.
Not bad.
Okay.
For it, yeah.
You You know any of the bands that joined you on tour or the festivals? Do you have any good ones?
Let me think. We did have a couple really good fests. There was one that we did in New Mexico that had a ton of good bands. Sherwood from Skinless's new band was there. I forget what they're called.
Awesome.
But that was like the first time I had seen him in years, so that was really cool to see him again because we were really close.
Oh yeah.
And then there was, who else was there? There was somebody there that I really, really liked. I'm trying to think. It's one of these slam bands, like one of the slam bands from that area, from New Mexico, or...
Yeah, they got some pretty nasty stuff over there. Like they know how to write death metal. It's crazy.
I'm terrible at remembering names.
I know there's one really good one called Inhumano. I don't know if they're from Spain or Mexico. That band's really good if you haven't heard them.
Oh, I've never heard them. I'll look that up.
They're pretty sick. I think you'd like them.
All right, so then moving on, you would then Legacy of the Ancients, which I love. It's such a great... That was actually the first thing I'd ever heard you do vocals on.
Yeah, I had seen the video for Code Injection on TV, which is crazy. And it was like... Yeah,
that was an interesting thing, how, to put like something that heavy that was on MTV at that time, that was kind of cool.
It was like the last thing that was on, when MTV still had music. It was kind of the last thing I remember seeing, honestly, was... the Code Injection video, and I was like, holy fuck, who is this band? Because it was like, I turned on the channel, it was like in the middle of the video, so I'm like, I have to finish watching this so I know who the hell this is. And then, CD was in my possession not too long after that, so.
Nice.
Did you all do a lot of touring for Legacy of the Ancients?
We did... I did a few shows, and then I'm trying to think if that's the album where they started getting the fill-in vocalist. I'm not sure if it was that one or the one after.
Well, I'm actually glad you brought that up, because I was trying to look up YouTube stuff from that tour, and it looked like a Latino dude with long black hair. And then there was a guy with shaved head.
Yeah, it was Diego, and then the other guy was...
Yeah, it's Diego from Disgorge.
Okay. And then, I don't know who the guy with the shaved head was.
Did he have a beard?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that's Tim. That's the current guitar player right now, Tim.
Okay. And then...
like a mohawk or something, I think.
Yeah. And then there was a...
Yeah.
I didn't know he did vocals, too.
So what happened with... So you did the record and then you went on, or you left, or...
Well, yeah, they just... Once again, it comes down to the touring stuff. Like, I'm just not able to be on the road for that long. Financially, I can't do that, unfortunately, because, we don't really come home with anything.
Right,
so, for me to be gone, a month or 2 months with little to no income, I can't do that. Like, I just am not in a position to do that, unfortunately. So,
yeah.
So then you did Abdominal Putridity, I believe?
Yes, yeah.
I'm interested to hear how you, how they got you, because, I love that record, the one that you did for them.
Yeah, they sent me actually the whole record, so they sent me all the songs, and I listened to them. I mean, from that first track, I was just like, yeah, I am for sure doing this.
It's record's brutal.
Is that Anomalies of Artificial Origin? Yeah. God.
Yeah, it's just that is some of the heaviest groove that I've heard musically. So.
And the Russians know how to do it too. If it's not in Mexico, the Russians. I mean, I gotta say, Lack of Oxygen is probably not only one of my favorite death metal songs because it's like really simple. It's not too like gore oriented or like overly offensive or graphic, but it's just it's just perfect. I don't know how to describe it, but it's fucking awesome. Now, did you do the lyrics for it as well, or?
Yeah, I did I do all the lyrics for that one. Yeah, and I made them. I don't write like the word lyrics, so my stuff is a bit more, like conspiracy type stuff. Like science fiction and Illuminati, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where that was stuck with. They're all written about like non-fictional events. Every song is based off of something that really happened. So.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Now, on the, did you do the lyrics on the Disgorge record as well?
Disgorge, no. See, no. No, I didn't do any of those. I mean, I would maybe fill in a couple lines here and there if it needed, but that would be about it. But Ben and Ricky did most of the lyrics for Disgorge. Yeah, I can't write. I just can't write that style of lyric, that really gory stuff.
Oh, right, I got you. But now Age of Onset, did you do the lyrics on that and Legacy of the Ancients?
Yeah, all the pathology stuff, I've done all the lyrics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we'll move on. So after that, you returned to pathology. How did that happen?
Yeah, just again, because they're super good friends. Dave and Tim are, some of my close friends, and they just, said, hey, just, come back. We got a killer offer from a label, and this and that, and they had sent me the material, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Well, I'm not, I had bought and owned the 2 records in between your departure. I can't do that vocalist. I've tried, and I believe actually Corey saw him live, I think, with Deicide.
Yeah, I mean, he's a cool guy. He's just very.
It's just not the same animal. I don't know. I'm very picky about death metal vocals.
I think live he was a lot more effective than on the record. He kind of played around with his vocals more live than he did in the studio. So it's still very good, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard people say that too. That they think that those songs were better live than the
definitely. Because on the recording, I wasn't. But if it was if you had gone back and redone those 2 records, I would.
Well, yeah, that would be
myself. But that's different. It's different,
So the Lord's record, absolutely love it. I touched on it a second ago. Want to ask you a little bit about that. What was it like recording that? Did y'all record that in San Diego or?
Yeah, we did that. In San Diego. I do whenever I'm down there. Anyway, obviously I'm doing the vocals here in Phoenix now for the new one, but I've got a really good studio. It's the same studio that Exhumed uses out here. So
awesome! Yeah, we just talked to Matt the other day. He was on.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, right on.
And a year ago, we had Ross on, so that was helpful because we had been after getting Matt like we were Ricky. We were just playing this game of tag. Will you come on? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we had a good time. They're great dudes, so that's awesome, you guys.
Yeah, good guys.
My favorite song on Lords. I love the whole record. It really is. It's my favorite Pathology album.
Mine too. I have to say. It's really close to Legacy for me, but I like it a little better, I guess, because those 2 records came out, the other vocalist, and I was like, fuck, I just want Matti Way on an album again. And then when you came back, it was just like the perfect material for you to come back on. It was great.
Yeah,
oh, that's cool. Thanks. Yeah, I think Lords is, in my opinion, of the Pathology, I think it's the darkest.
It's so good. The artwork is awesome, and the songs are great. And
it's very visceral, and it does seem very, it has a lot of depth, but it feels like you're being, I don't know, sucked into it, but choked at the same time. I don't know. It's crazy. It actually has a crazy feeling to it when you listen to it, which not a lot of I can say about a lot of death metal, especially a lot of modern death metal, where it had that kind of vibe to it, where I actually felt, felt like I was being crushed, but in the nicest way possible, So I enjoyed that feeling. It feels nice.
Now the production on that, did you guys do that, or was there a producer on that one, or?
Well, we record, usually, most of the time, we record all the stuff, and then what we'll do for, example, so we'll record Tim's guitars, but then what we'll do is we'll take those into the studio where I do my stuff at, and then what the producer will do is he'll reamp them. So just to get the beefier, stuff.
I really like the production on that record. It just sounds really good. I mean, it's just...
I like it too. I've heard a lot of negative about that one, the production-wise, and
really?
I disagree with that.
Yeah, they're high. I mean, it's the music's meaty, and your vocals sound like they're traveling through the room. I was listening. I've got a really nice stereo setup. I was at a Bose stereo system. I was listening through it yesterday, and I was like, man, this fucking record sounds awesome. I think it sounds great. I would totally argue that if someone would say that. I don't know what. Maybe they're wanting this polished bullshit. I don't know. I think a lot of.
Yeah, see, right. That's the thing. I think everything is so it's not real anymore. Everything is so the bands have lost like the organic feel, like that warm old analog feel from like the 70s and 80s. Like that's all gone.
Yeah, because I want to hear like an album recorded, live raw sounding stuff, and then I don't know. I guess that's why I like how Phil Anselmo records his bands and stuff. Is like they record it sounds very raw because he likes that kind of sound. I think I respect him as a producer standpoint because that's actually how I want to hear stuff, and he likes to keep that sound.
Well, from a death metal standpoint, just to use this as an example, and I love this, I love some of this band's material, but like the last Cannibal record, it's just overproduced. That Mark Lewis guy, it's like, what the hell? Because I know Paul, and I was giving him shit about it. I was like, why the hell did you use that guy? It's like, it just sounds overproduced. It's I don't know. The drums are flat, and I'm used to him kicking me in the nuts, and it sounds more like a. It just sounds like, I don't know. It just sounds too clean. I don't know, but yeah, love the Lords record, man. I think it's great. Now, did you all do a lot of touring for Lords, or?
I think that one we just did, if I remember right, is just festivals for that one, I believe, and then a few, and I think we did shows like in between, like a couple fests too, if I remember.
Cool. Have you all done? Corey's a avid fan of this. I'm older. I used to go to the Milwaukee Metal Fest, but I've never been to Maryland. Have you all played Maryland?
I have. I don't know if I played Maryland with this. I think that was with the Scourge, if I remember.
Jesus
right.
Christ!
I also played Milwaukee with the Scourge too.
Now, see, I may have seen that, depending on what year that was, because I used to go to that pretty regularly. The Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think it was 99 or 2000 or 2001. It's in that little. I
definitely saw you guys. I know I did because I used to go to that regularly. Like I said, I'm older, but I've never went to Maryland. It's one of those things I've been kind of on the fence about it because there's like some bands I want to see, but more not than I do. So I just don't. I tend to feel awkward at festival stuff too. I'm kind of like, I don't know. But now the Las Vegas one though that you're talking about, I'm actually considering going to that.
Yeah, that lineup is insane. I can't wait to see a lot of the bands live. I'm really excited. I think Mike that does the fest, he did an amazing job this year. I mean, just put it, all these. I mean, the lineup is just ridiculous. It's so good.
I haven't seen all the bands that are playing it. So you guys are playing it. There's a lot of other good bands.
Yeah, so the Thursday headliner is Vader. The Friday headliner is Mortician, and then us on Saturday. And then every day there are just tons of fantastic.
Say Morticians playing?
Yeah, they're headlining on Friday night. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Okay, I'm probably going. You literally. I just want to say this is like a record for the Phantasm Podcast. That's my favorite death metal band. And I knew nothing about this.
Yeah, it's going to be. I can't wait to see them. It's been a long time since I've seen Will and obviously them play live, so I'm really excited to hear them again.
I haven't seen them. The last time I saw them was in Atlanta in 2003. That's the last time I saw them perform.
Was that Domain of Death?
No, that was the zombie one. The
Darkest Days of War?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the last time I saw him, Matty.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know the exact story, but from what I understand, I thought something happened. Like I don't know if it was physically or something where they couldn't do live. I forget, but I thought I had heard through the grapevine that something happened to them.
Well, I know, and I'll tell you a fun story that I actually heard. Terrence from Suffocation told me this story. Apparently, Will was in Europe somewhere and thought he was being kidnapped and attacked a cab driver and went to jail.
Oh, wow, okay.
And that, I was like, Jesus Christ, because apparently he has like really bad anxiety. Because I've aggravated about everybody that I've met or interviewed about getting Will, because I'm such a huge Mortician
including
fan.
Robert, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've asked. Yeah, we've tried going through the guitarist, and he won't even respond or talk to me. I've tried going through him, but Will's who I want, but anyway, Terrence had told me that, so I hope that Vegas thing is not sold out, because I will definitely be attending now. You have told, with you guys being there and Mortician, that's an Invader. Hell, that's a done deal. That sounds.
It's amazing, the lineup. And then like I said, there's so many great bands too. Like every day, it's going to be really fun.
Jesus Christ! Yeah,
now, if you know any of the other some of the bands and tell the viewers out there that are looking for a good death metal festival?
Yeah, there's a band actually from here that I've been getting into lately. They're called Atoll. They're killer. They're really, really heavy. They're playing Vegas. I'm not sure if they're playing Friday or Saturday. I forget. I'd have to look. If you go to Facebook, the LVDF has a Facebook, site up where you can get all the info as far as tickets. And it's a brand new venue this year too, the venue is amazing. It's just, it's going to be really, really
Sounds
good.
Killer. And what are the dates for the festival? When do they take place?
That is, so without looking at a calendar, but it's the beginning of June, so it's like 9th, 10th, 11th, whatever that Thursday, Friday, Saturday falls on, like around that, it might be 8th, 9th, 10th, I forget, but it's somewhere right there.
Right.
But it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night right in that area, right at the beginning of June.
Perfect.
Well, we are going to try to get there, and we will buy you a beer or whatever you like there. And I cannot believe you have to forgive me. I'm literally in shock. I had no idea. I had no idea because we actually kicked the tires on going to it last year.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen. But I mean, if you guys Mortish, Jesus Christ. I mean, like I said, I had no idea. That's crazy. I'm blown away. That's
it's gonna be something else. Like to be able to see them again.
If Vader, Pathology, and Mortician in the same sentence doesn't catch your eye, then you're not a death metal fan.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So, and to get to see you perform live, which I apparently did in '99, and I was such a drunkard back then. I can't remember things, but
yeah, it's been a long time for me since being doing live, like a full set live. So it's gonna be. I'm super looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm definitely pumped for you. That sounds awesome. Hopefully, we'll be in attendance.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to look into that.
I hope you guys make it up. That'd be great to hang out. That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, Throne of Rain. Let's talk about Throne of Rain.
Okay.
Again, I'm assuming all the lyrics, you knocked that out yourself there. And
yeah, right.
The vocals, again, your vocals, they're very unique. I told Corey earlier today, I don't know if you're a Chris Barnes fan at all, but it sounds like you've taken what he did with Cannibal and then took it to another level.
Took it to space and hell and back. Yeah.
Yeah, right. He was definitely early on. He was definitely an influence too, and even more so than him was from Broken Hope.
Oh yeah,
man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love that, and I just tried to, I just thought to myself, well, if I can do Broken Hope, and then mix that with Symphonies of Sickness, and then maybe mix that with some of the old Incantation low vocals, I'm I think then I'd have something. So that was kind of the idea back in those days, when I was evolving into.
Well, that's amazing. The songs. I think my favorite song. Off Throne is probably Above Atmosphere. I really like that song. I don't know why, but that's a standout track for me. And Preparing for Blood I like as well.
Yeah, I super dig that one too.
Now, did you guys do any shows for that album?
For Throne, no, I did not. I think that's when they had some fill-in, when they had, I know Sean filled in. And then
okay.
Who else did they have? Yeah, they had other people that were kind of filling in, so.
It's such again, and I wanted to touch on this a second because I didn't, and I meant to earlier. On the Pathology records that you're on, the artwork is, God, the Legacy of the Ancients artwork is awesome.
Is it Par Olafsson that does your artwork?
Yeah, right, he does all of it, right?
Yeah, he's fucking sick.
And the new one, including this new one coming, too.
Oh, really? And what can you tell us about the new record?
The new one is... The new one is a mix between probably Legacy and then Lords. It's super dark and it's super heavy, catchy like Legacy is, and then vocally it's as nasty as anything that I've ever done. So
that's fantastic. Now, will it be on the Pathology music again, like the last record, or?
This one is on Comatose.
Oh, wow, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, this one's Comatose, yep.
Well, that's cool. And will that be coming out sometime in 2017, or?
Yeah, that's coming out, yeah. So like I said, so Sunday I'm finishing up, and then I've got a couple guest guys coming in Sunday to do guest vocals.
Awesome.
Cole from Lago, and then Ricky, my video going to come do some guest vocals too. So
That's amazing.
That's awesome. That's cool. Well, we're definitely looking forward to that. Maybe when you guys put that out, maybe have you come back on, and you can come on and promote that as well. Definitely have to look forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I'll get you guys too. I'll just make sure it's cool with Dave. But if he's okay with it, I'll send you guys like an advanced track from it so you can check it out.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, of course we'll review it and also plug it on the podcast as well.
Okay.
One little other thing we wanted to talk with you about before we let you go. Are you a horror movie fan at all, or?
Oh yeah, huge. Yeah.
Okay, what was we just some just kind of silly questions to ask you here, but what was the first horror movie that you saw?
The first that I saw, probably that I remember. It's either going to be Exorcist or Halloween. One of those two.
Exorcist was my first one. I was like 5, maybe.
Yeah, right. I was like a little kid. I was like, just completely like freaked out. And,
yeah.
I'm so obsessed with film. I don't know if you guys know, but I actually am making films now, and that's like my my huge passion at the moment. So,
awesome. Why don't you talk a little bit about that for us?
Yeah, so it's a it's from the North Films. We've got Facebook and all that kind of stuff. We just put our first documentaries up on YouTube. It's free, obviously, to watch. And
awesome. I think I actually liked your page.
Oh, cool! Thank you. Yeah, that's really cool. And we've done some pretty like haunting, like shorts, like silent. They're silent films.
Right.
Obviously with the soundtrack, but they're silent, and they're just really like a throwback to the old, like the 20s and 30s, but with more of like Stanley Kubrick and The Shining type framing of shots.
Yeah, we had just went and saw The Shining in theaters. They had put it out again, and of course, I'm young. I'm young, and I had never seen it.
How amazing was that?
Oh man, it's a new appreciation going to see that movie in a theater. Like it was so awesome. Like I was watching it like I'd never watched it before, because that movie freaks me out anyway. But
you've never.
Yeah.
I was looking at it through the eyes of like Stanley Kubrick, like has a director's standpoint and an art form more than just the movie, and I had never done that before with any movie. I don't know why it happened to me like that with The Shining, but I just have so much more of an appreciation for that film than I ever did. Seeing it in theaters just kind of changed everything for me with that movie.
It was a Fathom event thing. I had him and his wife come and watch it with me. It's such a great movie. See it theatrically, because as a kid when I saw it in the theater, it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, it still scares me. The part with the woman coming out of the bathtub's like, that always scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, that is one haunting film, to put it mildly. I mean, that's as haunting as it gets as far as that time period. I mean, that's like one of my all-time favorites.
Right.
Oh, it's great. Were you into any of the Corey's really into the Italian stuff? Were you into any of the Italian horror, the Fulci or Argento or?
Yeah, a lot of times too. A lot of times what I do is, like, for example, if I'm editing, obviously where I'm just doing video and not sound, I will throw, like I just threw opera on the other day just to have it on in the background.
Oh, that's nice.
Argento. Yeah, and I just listen to it as I edit, and just because I love the music and all that stuff, and I just I'm a huge Dario Argento fan. Like,
awesome. Yeah, I love Goblin and Fabio Frizzi. All that. Kooky Italian music is awesome in those films.
Oh, I love Goblin. I've got that in my car right now. I listen to that often.
That's awesome.
What did you think of that Goblin Rebirth album?
I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, it came out a couple years ago on Relapse. I picked it up. I don't even know if I've ever even listened to all of it. And I'll tell you a funny story about it. Corey and I were actually going to go see them. It was them, and Hate Eternal was opening for them.
Yeah, it was weird.
And the tour never happened. And the reason I guess they were doing, I guess Eric, I don't think he produced it, but I think he mixed the Goblin Rebirth thing for him or something. There was some kind of or he's a fan, or I'm not really sure what happened with it, but the tour never happened.
But they ended up playing Maryland Deathfest last year.
Oh, Goblin did? Goblin Rebirth or whatever?
I don't know how that went. I haven't seen video. I don't know if they played or not. I mean, I'm assuming they did.
So are these new songs, or are these just songs that
no,
they
it's
were
new.
making for the film?
Yeah, the Rebirth was all new stuff.
It's new stuff, and I forget. I couldn't tell you because I don't know enough about Goblin, but I know. I guess there's at least one or two original people in it.
I thought they were all original.
No,
that are alive.
There's only a couple.
It's Claudio Simonetti, and then
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know it's not. There was somebody missing from it, but I'm not really sure. But the record's cool. I mean, it's interesting. It's different.
I'm gonna actually, when we get off here, that's one of the first things I'm gonna do is gonna look that up on YouTube and listen to it.
It's a couple years old, but it's. Okay. I mean, I thought it was cool. I don't know. Have you listened to Zombie before?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, I think those guys are really cool. That's another band that because it just sounds like John Carpenter music to me.
I like Tangerine Dream, like 80s stuff.
Yeah, Tangerine Dream is one of my favorites. If you guys are into, I didn't realize you guys were into this kind of music. Relapse just put out a fantastic album from a band called Survive.
Really?
They did all the music for Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just really good stuff.
Their album is out on Relapse, and it is fantastic. I mean,
I didn't know they had a record out. That's awesome.
And it's very Carpenter. So if you're into Carpenter, which is that's basically my
it's like
my go-to as far as soundtracks. So I think the Fog soundtrack is probably the best movie soundtrack ever made. But if you're into him, you're definitely going to like these guys.
We're Corey and I are big fans, and this is some of our favorite music that John did. At least I'm pretty sure we are on the same page on this. I know we are, but the Halloween 3 soundtrack.
Fucking love it, man.
What's funny is I actually really enjoy that film as well.
We love it.
It's our favorite.
We love it.
My favorite.
Actually, a funny story. Are you familiar with Horror's Hallowed Grounds?
I don't think so.
It's a guy named Sean Clark, and what he does is he illegally goes to where they shot some of these films, and he tells you stuff about the films. And we actually had him on, and the movie that we chose to put with him was Halloween 3. But he's just a really cool guy. But he's very informative. He knows more about like any movie thing than I've ever. It's like having an encyclopedia about horror films with you. But he'll go like he did an episode of The Fog where. Like
he goes to that church and shit.
Yeah, he goes to the church and he goes to where all the you can look this stuff up on YouTube, but it's also on the Blu-ray releases from Scream Factory.
Wasn't there like a bad storm that he was talking about?
Yeah, he couldn't get down to the lighthouse because the walkway was so bad. But he's just a pretty interesting guy. The bar think of his damn name.
Tom Atkins.
Tom Atkins is in. He goes and has a drink in that same bar from Halloween 3. And
that's so cool.
Just all these different places. I forget what part of California. It's Northern California.
Santa Mira.
Yeah, Santa Mira. And I've never been there, but it looks just gorgeous. And
even the factory stuff.
That's right up where these guys kind of live. They live very close to that area.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you ever pass through there, and if you see, if you actually watch the Horror's Hall of Ground things on the Scream Factory release of Halloween 3, they have the thing where he shows you all those locations. So if you go through Santa Mira, you can see.
Yeah, because The Fog was shot there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
There actually, that church is in Halloween 3 also. The Fog Church is in one of the scenes where he goes. Tom Atkins. It's in the beginning when he's buying the beer at the grocery,
the downtown thing,
general market or whatever.
But yeah, John's. I guess I don't know. Maybe you know about this. I was going to actually ask you, Matty. I keep being told that he's scored and wrote a Halloween film that comes out this year.
Carpenter?
That's what I keep being told by people.
No. He's going to. The last thing I follow him adamantly. The last that I saw him talking about Halloween was he's going to be a producer on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's going to produce it, but I don't know. He might be doing the music. If he does the music, I mean, wow.
Yeah, I'd be pretty sold on it at that point.
Wow.
Did you get to go see him perform last year?
No, I did not. No, my guy that does all my film sounds got to see him live, and Yeah, I was. He was, texting me pictures throughout the concert. I was really, really upset.
It didn't come anywhere. We're in Florida. It didn't come anywhere near where we were. So I thought he would have played Atlanta or Miami or something, but he didn't. And it's. I just thought it was so strange him being from Kentucky and he didn't play anywhere in the South. Not one.
Yeah, that's really strange because he went to Bowling Green. I'm surprised he wouldn't do something down there.
He didn't do any shows in Kentucky, Cincinnati,
if he did, we didn't
Atlanta. No, he didn't. I've looked at all that, and but it's But I wanted to see it. But I tell you, I'm sure you've got or listened to these. I thought that last Lost Themes that he put out, that Volume 2, I thought was fantastic.
Oh, it's great. I own all of his stuff. Yeah, I love both of the Lost Theme records.
Yeah, they're great. I really. The first one I liked, but there was something about that second one. It felt like there was more like synth on it or something. I don't know. I really liked it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah,
it's crazy that second one was produced by or was mixed by Ogre from Skinny Puppy.
Yeah, that's strange.
Because he had it. I went to a convention and he was selling it at his table, and I was like, "Oh, were you involved with that?" Obviously, and he was like, "Yeah, I mixed the album." I was like, "Holy shit!" But he did it from his house. He didn't get to sit down with John or anything like that. He just kind of sent it over to him, and he mixed some of the tracks or something.
Oh wow, okay. And I know live that he doesn't. John still does, obviously, some of the easier stuff, but he has kind of said that his age has gotten the better of him as far as the dexterity in his hands go. But I know his son does. Cody does most of it.
Right.
Yeah, I think he had his son and his stepson, I think, who were in his band.
Okay.
Because as a fan, one of the reasons I was kind of disappointed was because initially, when he talked about, and you may have seen this as well, initially Alan Holdsworth was supposed to do some of the shows with him, but I guess it didn't happen. If that had happened, I would have shit, but...
Oh, seriously. Yeah, seriously.
That would have been... Because my favorite... I was actually going to ask you this. What's your favorite, John? Do you have a favorite film?
The Fog.
Oh, it is The Fog. Okay, The Fog. Mine's Escape from New York. I don't know.
Oh, I love it.
I'm actually... a convention I'm going to in March, Nick Castle's going to be there, and I'm wanting... Because I had read... For years, I guess he and John had wrote that character, so I was going to kind of talk to him about that. I mean, obviously him being Michael Myers too, but
that's going to be very, very cool. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it should be fun. Excuse me, it should be fun. But
I'd honestly say for my favorite, it might probably be They Live. I know that's a weird one, but
no, that's a great movie.
The campiness of that is unmatched. I love it.
And I love Keith David, and Roddy Piper was such a great character in that film. And that fight scene alone was probably one of my favorite fight scenes, I think, in cinema. I thought it was great with that whole sequence.
It's so good.
Now, did you, in 2015, they showed Halloween theatrically with a forward with John on it. Did you get to check that out?
I didn't. If it wasn't in my area, if it was, I would have gone. Now that I'm in, I moved to Phoenix. So now that I'm in Phoenix, because I believe it's the 6th largest city in the country. Now I'll be able to get to see a lot of this cool stuff because most of the stuff's going to come here.
Yeah, that's the plus. The upside.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I know. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to a horror convention in Atlanta, and on the Saturday night of it, they're playing. They have a theater in the hotel, I guess, and they're screening Halloween, so I'll get to finally see that on a big screen. So that'll be cool.
Oh, that would be that would be a dream come true for me to see something like that on the big screen.
And I've waited a while because I haven't watched Halloween in all the way through in a long time. So it'd be cool to see it, front to back on that screen. It'd be nice.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, hey, man, we can't thank you enough for doing this. It's an honor to have you on.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'm super appreciative. I super enjoyed it.
And hopefully you come back on when you have the new record drop. We'd love to have you on again.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, anytime. Just, absolutely. Anytime, shoot me a text or whatever you want. Yeah, whatever you guys need.
Fantastic.
We'll stay in touch.
I am Matti Way of Pathology, and you are listening to the FANTASM Podcast.
Coming soon from Phantasm.
Walk through this door and enter a nightmare of supernatural horror. 7 doors of death. Evil's fatal omen.
Who else is here? There's nobody here. I can feel a presence. Somebody else is in here.
7 doors of death. Kim Henkel, author of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, calls it terrifying, unique, surreal, one of the best horror films I've ever seen.
Mommy. Arthur?
On a gloomy, rain-swept night, a ferocious battle is being fought between 2 girls and a vicious, deranged fiend on a murderous rampage. Paralyzed with fear and on the verge of hysteria, they try to escape its chillingly merciless savagery. They know it's there, behind these doors, the 7 doors of death. These doors conceal a hideous poltergeist waiting to unleash its sinister revenge.
Now look, Emily. I've lived in New York all my life. And if there's one thing I've learned not to believe in, it's ghosts.
Seven doors of death. Your blood will run cold as the icy fingers of death tighten their stranglehold.
I must be going crazy. Good boy. Good boy, Dickie. You made them go away.
Time has run out. Death is erupting. Violent, berserk, untamed. Can anyone survive? Enter, if you dare, and see 7 doors of death. Terrifying, unique, one of the best horror films I've ever seen. Kim Henkel, author of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, filled with unrelenting excitement, a truly original haunted house thriller. Tobe Hooper, director of Poltergeist. 7 Doors of Death. It will scare the hell out of you. Rated R.
They broke into the mall for the wildest all-night party of their lives.
It's dead meat.
But you're never alone. In the chopping mall.
What's that?
Robot blood. Shopping mall, where shopping costs you an arm and a leg.
me eat. Why the hell won't you leave us alone? You are gonna die!
Orion Pictures presents Wolfen. For centuries, they have been hiding in the rubble of your cities. The concealed threat. The invisible terror.
Chris! You scared me.
They can sense the rhythm of your blood. Hear clouds pass overhead. See where you are blind. A force so deadly, it will tear the scream from your throat. Wherever you are, they are.
Somewhere in the world, every other day, a corporate executive is assassinated.
Team her up with Wilson.
Murphy or Mahoney, I'm comfortable with.
You're uncomfortable?
With surprises.
There's not a trace, not a speck of metal. Nothing softer could have ripped and ravaged like this.
Is it an animal?
Well, it ain't human. Do you realize how many people disappeared without a trace? Something out there might be eating people.
Did you hear that?
Get out of there!
What do you think it was?
You were being lured. We were being separated.
By what?
The carnivore. You got yourself some kind of meat eater.
What
is it?
It's Wolfen. They're only animals. They might be gods. In their eyes, you are the savage.
Wolfen.
Little piggy went to the market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy has roast beef. This little piggy had none.
This little pig ran wee, wee, wee all the way home.
Meet the biggest porker of them all, my boy, Buddy. Buddy's not just another pretty face. Some say he reeks of class. Others say he just reeks.
Buddy's a good boy, but he has what you might call basic hygiene problems.
Sometimes Buddy likes to mess around. Slaughterhouse. And sometimes kids play in Buddy's slaughterhouse. And they make fun of Buddy. But Buddy likes to play with his friends.
Let me go, fat boy!
Slaughterhouse.
Don't scare the poor thing, boy. Take off that damn mask. That's better.
But don't mess with his hogs. 360 pounds of flavor mania.